If you ride with me, don't gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the name of love. 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 In the name of love.
How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good one. I already see you hanging out in the chat. What's up, boys? We got ourselves more 5v5 1v1 duels for the day, this time over in the region of NA. How y'all doing? Yesterday's EU duels, man, we did a lot of them. This was a lot of fun. for Crom, boys, let's go. All right, so the groups are going to be listed as per usual in the Molten Core. So we'll get it up and running here in a second. 30 minutes to get the best seat. Yeah, Kragar played yesterday, man. Today is NA. Yesterday are EU duels, Fridays are EU duels, Saturdays are for the NA boys though, so no Kragar today. Maybe one day, right? Maybe we'll start switching around between NA and the EU duels again, or maybe like NA participation will absolutely die off and we'll just do like Friday and Saturday as both EU days. We did that for a bit. Was it back in Shadowlands? Or, I don't remember when, honestly. It might have been back in Shadowlands. But how y'all doing, boys? Groups are going to be listed as... And Boris is already getting up and running. Appreciate you, my guy. But yeah, they're going to be listed on the Molten Core. So if y'all want to join in, Molten Core is how you find us. It's like the best array that's like out of the way, but also something we could use for cross-faction stuff. Do you know there's even more cross-faction stuff coming out very soon? Like you'll be able to do random dungeon groups as a cross-faction. I mean, I feel like it's crazy, but also like I think it's crazier that we haven't done that yet. You know what I mean? Like when you get doing normal dungeons or heroic dungeons, like why can't you do them as cross-faction? Since, you know, mythic pluses, raids, all that, PvPs, cross-faction. Behind, it can go caught up. True, EU was behind. True, EU was behind for a good bit of Dragonflight. That is fair. EU definitely did not get nearly as many games as an A. Wait, let's get try to queue an actual Molten Core. That's hilarious. Alrighty, but yeah, the groups are up. If you guys want to join in, more than welcome to. Anybody and everybody's welcome. We do I don't think I need this channel anymore, right? It's just in the way. Beautiful. I have like a note. I think I said it before, but I have a notepad channel for like all the things that I do on streams and video stuff. It's a long time, holy cow, true. Very, very long time, dude. How you doing, by the way? Hello there, lucky. Hope you're having a good one, fam. How you doing? Let's roll, boys. So, Boris got a group already. Boris is making one. I'm trying to make a second one, so if we can get 2 groups together, that'll be wonderful. We'll see how many pharaohs we get tonight. Boris just needs a +1. He's good to go on his end. And then we'll need a couple more bodies over for my group too, and we'll get a second group up and running. I'm a role player. For me, the biggest quality of WoW is no language filters in a group. This means you can RP cross-faction without elixir tongues. Has that been implemented already, or is that like a new thing coming out soon? Because I didn't even... Is that a new thing? Actually? Or is that... Because I'm putting like a little list of like little things that people are not aware of for the 1105 stuff. This is like a fun video. This is something I'm doing. There's quite a lot of things that are being added and people like weren't even aware of. It's just like neat. Fun facts, I guess, in a way. I'm good laughing my ass off a little game. Yeah. I saw that, what is it? The thing you posted on Discord. There is, what is it? The name differences. At first I didn't get it, but I had to take like a second there to like, wait, what am I missing? And it's like, oh, okay. It's really just staring in my face. Yeah, as group and raid, you can talk normally. Everybody else sends each other. Oh, you mean like on live right now? Yeah, no, yeah. If you party up together, yeah, you could talk to everybody. Imagine if you couldn't, right? Imagine you're like doing a Mythic Plus and you're like, hey man, what ride are you going to be tanking us through? And then he just responds with you with Zug Zug. And it's like, oh, we don't understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like, that would be the worst. I'd be a hard out. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense for group stuff to be like, well, you don't need to drink. Imagine if you had to go and drink a potion just to do cross-faction stuff. That'd be so annoying, man. Exactly. Like, what if you're like, all right, Tank, what's the route? And you just see with like Zug Zug. And it's like, this road is screwed, man. Are you gonna have cooldown? Are you gonna pull this mob or this mob? Hit you with a lock char, and you're like, oh my god, dude. Are we locked in or locked out of this one, dude? Yeah, this one would not work, man. Transmogs are real endgame. Your best mythic gear will be replaced, but transmogs, mounts, pets stay forever. That's true. They are doing some cool stuff for 1105 with mogs. And not too many new stuff, but like 20th anniversary mogs, you can have like... There's a lot of robed sets, like druid robes, shaman robes, pally robes, but they're adding like... And then mage robes, but they're adding like a couple of different variations, like a pants version. Or like that pants skirt combo thing or whatever, right? Like, they've done a lot of those for Mogs and Dragonflight a lot. Called Noob the Faction List, the name of differences. Oh yeah, the Game Master turning Judge Asmongold, but if it's called Judge Do It. Wait, why the hell do they call him Judge Asmongold? Is that a reference? Is that what it's supposed to be? Judge Do It? What the hell? I don't get it all. Let's see. I'm gonna salty how the good monk sets looks. It's called the mage set. I mean, the mage set. Awesome. Awesome. I need a couple bodies on my team though. No. Neat. I'm getting second group together right now. Yeah. We need all the bodies in a row. What's up, albino? I'll buy. Is it Ali Bongo? I messed up that name so hard, bro. I absolutely scuffed your name through the dirt, man. That's my B. I'm bad with names. The mage set looks, I think, okay, I don't know, man. If you don't like the original tier 2 mage set, I can get it, right? You're like, I'm not a fan of that set to begin with. I think them faithfully recreating that set specifically, I think they did a good job, right? There's some sets of tier 2 that I personally don't like, but I'm not looking at them like, oh, I don't like that set because I don't like the tier 2 set. Therefore, I don't like this high quality. I'm looking at them from a perspective of like, did they faithfully recreate the original sets? Because the only new ones are Death Knight, Demon Hunter, Monk, and Evoker, right? Like Evoker set, I'm not a fan of. I'm not a big fan. It's all right. It looks pretty okay, but like not a fan, you know. But like most of the other class sets, I'm looking at them from a perspective of, did they faithfully recreate it, right? Like mage set, not everyone's favorite, but they faithfully recreated it, and I think it's a 10 out of 10. recreation. It's how I look at it. Awful says is a major thing that keeps me from playing Hunter. No, what do you mean? Do you think talk about a tier 2? Hunter said that thing is banging. Hunters always were a little bit unique in that regard, and they have a set that's like literally made of dragon hide and stuff. The color scheme is perfect. It is a good set. That one I can't agree on. That one is really good. Even the set like uniqueness department and so on. Maybe you're like, yeah, I don't like how the color scheme is or whatever. It's like for the time, man, it was a banger set. You know what I mean? I can appreciate it from that angle. Yeah, it's a reference to him that changed gold and filled. I don't have copyright. I mean, it makes sense, right? The YouTubers hold on the web series username of the game. Populars big fans of Final Fantasy. Okay. In WoW we have gold, but in FF we have guild. Oh yeah, Gil. I don't know. I mean, I feel like gold isn't like a WoW thing, right? Gold is used everywhere. It's just an exchange currency. I don't think WoW can claim it. I think for Final Fantasy, isn't Gil something they used for like ever and ever? Like they just want to be unique. But then again, naming conventions for Final Fantasy games are all over the place, dude. Like I'm bad with names, but reading some of the NPC names, I was just like, holy dude, some of these names, it's just like there's a lot of little letters and you just like, oh, I feel like they kind of overcomplicate a name, and it's like just my personal pet peeve, right? They'll take like a name Thomas and they'll add extra T's, extra H's, right? Extra syllables, but at the end of the day, a character would still call him Thomas. And it's like, what are all these little like decorations all in between the name? You could just go with the name Thomas and just go fine, right? I don't know, dude. I don't know. It's just it's unique and people like it. Like Limsa Laminsa. My tongue breaks every time I say that word. And like the only reason I can kind of sort of pronounce it okay, it's just like, well, if I think of it from like what if I'm trying to pronounce like a word almost like in Russian, swapping out a couple of letters, and I'm like, okay, that's a little more comfortable, but I break my tongue every time I say it. And it's like, it's cool, they have their own unique naming convention, but damn. That game in particular with some of the names, I'm just like, I don't know why I struggle. Not the only game too, but like that one in particular like stands out to me. Привет, Dalaran, this is Timo, what's up, Pasha. Have you seen the DK manga posted in transmog? The 20th anniversary? That one's good. Are you playing by the way today? Because I'm trying to get a second group together. I don't know how many boys we got joining in. We got one group with Boris all ready to go, dude. I'm out here just like solo. I'm trying to make a second group together real quick. Yeah, I consider group of Legacy Area NA. Yes, I am NA. Fridays are EU, Saturday are NA. Yes, I am NA today. Limsa Laminsa called Lid City. I mean, that could work too, but yeah, Limsa Laminsa. It's one of those. It's the city name breaks my tongue trips over itself every time. Yeah, I've been trying to get badges for the Mount at Rutherlish Time Walking event comes. Yeah, definitely worth starting to spam them up as much as possible, and then hopefully have enough badges before I get tired of Time Walking. That's at a restaurant comes. Yeah. So you can't buy the sets for badges. You can buy the amount, but not the sets. There's going to be a whole new currency during the event, and I think they're also increasing your time more badges gained during that event too. But you know, buff monks. Yeah, let's get another buff for monks, man. We didn't see a single monk yesterday, I don't think, right? So maybe we can get some monks today, potentially. Hey, how you doing, my guy? You got any homies you want to bring in these, by the way? Also, where is Chill? Did he get like more hours at his work? Because he was telling me before, like, yo, I got myself Saturdays off, dude, we're gaming. I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm excited, hell yeah. And I haven't seen that man in a good while. So I don't know if he's got like, he's on right now. I don't know if he's like, yeah. I don't know if he's like down to join or if he's in the group already. Hey, Duels tonight? Maybe he's like, maybe he doesn't know that we doing them early or something? I have no idea, dude. I'm gonna ask him anyway. I'm gonna ask him to start scouring for bodies. No rogues or ferals? I don't think we can get no rogues rule, man. I don't think we can do a no rogues rule. Not at least at the beginning of the duels, right? Everybody play whatever they like. But yeah, I am listed over on the NA. Yesterday, Friday are EU. If you want to join for EU duels, Friday is the day to do it. We stream about the same time Fridays, and Saturdays are for the NA. Try to keep it separated so we have one for one region, one for the other region or whatever. But yeah. Yo, Vermilius. I really gotta figure out a name for you, man. But yo, do you see them coup de grace changes? No longer animation log, dude. I meant to message you early in the week. I was so excited. I was like, oh, wait a second. I thought, what if it's like viable now, at least for PvE content? Still not that good. Still not good. I think some of the changes they're doing in like 11.05 with the 20th anniversary might make it a bit more playable, but I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping, because it's like Syndicate. No thanks. A part of the Syndicate. Sorry, Ham. But yeah, I'm hoping Trickster Outlaw will some way somehow become like a viable option, because at least Assassination Rogues can play Fatebound, and it's like, okay, single target. It's like the easy build. You can do some stuff with it. Check in-game party chat. I don't even see. Dude, it takes it so a second. I already felt it. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, dude, I see so much trade chat going on. I can barely see any of it, man. All right, Chill said maybe. So it's a hard maybe for the day, dude. So let's see. Is Canaric in already? Hey, Duels tonight? Or are you in? Wait, Chill said, Chill, they start, right? We are going now, actually. Got one group together, getting second one. Yeah, I'm gonna see if Canaric is in a group already or not. Jay is a PvE guy, has been, is basic. Garber, I haven't seen Garber join this in a while. It's healer. I think I had Dragon Blade. No, not Dragon Blade, somebody else join in. Like Messiah, I think last time he said he doesn't have any like PvP gear. I think Copy is not a PvE guy. Dude, I gotta clean up my friends list. I gotta make sure, I gotta get more dueler boys on here, dude. I wanna see CJ is down. Hey, wanna join 5V5 1v1 DUELS, friend? Yeah, I'm gonna whisper some homies. Or the regulars. Boris, I know he's already in. Beastin. Oh yeah, he PvEs mostly. Oh wait, I messaged Kevin? I didn't message Canaric? Hold on, I messaged the wrong guy. I moused over Canaric, but for some reason I sent a message to Kevin. I mean, Kevin joins these also, but... Huh. Me and Canaric gotta get more twos down, man. Cool, CJ is down to join in. So at least maybe one body secured. Kudo Garage is already out. Yeah, I think it's so good, man. Yeah, they pushed that one early is why I wanted to message you initially. Because it's such a good, like, what a good change. What a good change. Yeah, it's so good, man. They really gotta do some more for Trickster, because it's like numerically is not even significant. Plus, you're forced to play Killing Spree. If they fix Killing Spree, I feel like they could make it viable. Makes coup de grace much more deadlier. Oh, for sure, because now you can coup de grace and kick. You can go coup de grace and then follow up with an ability. You can coup de grace and press a defensive, right? You can coup de grace and press a button in between. Canaric, beautiful. Get him in. Get him in here, man. Get him in. The other team is ready, or can I reload? I'm a little laggy. You are free to reload, friend. We still filling up. Just let your group know. Yeah, Conan, just let your group know, like, yo, I gotta reload really quick. BRB. And then do your thing. We got Luigi. Yo, get you in here, my man. So we got, like, what, 2 more bodies we gotta get? Was the outlaw, Druid meta? Druid of the Claw, Laser Bear. Wait, Guardian of the Druid meta. What is Guardian Druid meta? I think you're Laser Bear. Yeah, pretty sure you guys are Laser Bear for now. Like, you can't play Druid of the Claw, but like, I see a lot of Laser Bears, if anything. It was like one of those playstyles that was super popular and very strong in the beta. And it just like, I think we lost the guy. It just continued to be strong for like a very long while. So I highly doubt they're gonna be like, getting any worse anytime soon. They tried to bring him down. They tried to nerf him a couple of times and just, they couldn't really do it. They tried a couple of times. I don't remember if Kraken wants to join in. I know he joined these before. Kaiser. Who is Kaiser again? I actually don't remember. He's in the crowd quick anyway. There was another there's Kevin and somebody else that I normally invited. I can't remember. Who's Log? I have no notes with some of these guys yet. Ninja I remember. Mash I remember. Actually, hey Mash. Melagwar, I don't remember who that is. I really gotta start putting notes on you boys. I gotta start putting tags on all of you. I gotta start putting collar on you guys to find out who's who. Sensei, what's you doing in Oribos? What are you doing in Oribos? Let's see if none give it attention. Oh, he's in Ring of Deeps. Well, I thought it was Ring of Deeps BG. Hey, none given. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 DUELS? Okay, cool. Almost whispered notice. I hate BNet, man. How it's not separated between NA and EU. It's just like one, right? I don't remember who is who at all. See if Rosie's down to join in. Shiny hero. Speed? Who's Speed again? Speed Zip. I don't remember. Speed ZP. That's not Trickster, is it? No, that's not Trickster, I don't think. Oh, Salt! So Hardbody said he's down to join in. Okay, cool. All good, all good. All right, cool. Rosie said to be down. Break go fast. What's up, Jake? How you doing, my guy? Hope you have a good one. Kaiser was the emperor of Germany before World War One. Who? KYZER. Is somebody on my BNet? I don't even. Is that supposed to? Is that what the reference to? I assume it's just the name. All right, we got a history buffs here, dude. I don't do my history. Let's do it. All right, let's go, man. I'm hopping over. Nice, nice. Okay, so with Rosie, we're good. We got a 5-man. We're set. Big oopsie my girl last night. What'd you do? Speaking about oopsie, dude, I gotta grind out more 9s to make myself a weapon. I simmed my character and I was like, I'm trying to figure out how big. How many rogues are we gonna have? Is there gonna be a lot of rogues at this party? 2. Okay, that works out. Okay. Okay. Both. Hold on. Okay, both groups are ready, dude. I'm tapping way too quick. Gonna queue in a few seconds. Alrighty, I'm gonna Light. I'm gonna make you lead, or Vermilius. I'm gonna make you lead. We need a better name for you. Well, not a better name, but like we need to figure out what should I call you. What should I call you? Because he's I was going between Light Sword, between Vermilius, and whatever your rogue's name was, and now it's so what's that? Worcester? Is that what I'm supposed to be? Worcestershire? I don't even, dude. I don't even. I'm gonna make it lead though. Yo, whisper me in real idea real quick, yeah? Here we go. Light something, I think. I don't remember, dude. Okay, cool. So chills needs like 15 minutes anyway. Beautiful. Vermin sauce. Yeah, I gotta need something. Light sword. Like, hey, there we go. Beautiful. Thank you. It helps me a lot. Because it helps me not have to remember people's names. I can just kind of type the name and just go. Once I get the name in the first place, I can just kind of like pull it back up and just switch out the arena. Yesterday with Plush and Krager in particular, I just can do it once and done. You know what I mean? I don't have to keep doing it. Sec, I'm dead. Okay. We'll re-queue in a sec. Hold on, Boris is dead, so they'll need a second. He'll let me know when he's good. What are you doing out there, die, dude? Are you picking on alliance or picking on horde? Whatever faction you play now. Fighting some allies? Oh, okay, I feel that. And then from Morocco decided to go German because they're hard to pronounce sometimes, but their pronunciation is worse. I don't even, dude. They're doing 2v1s on me? Yo, dude. Just finesse them real quick, man. Toss pocket sand in their faces, vanish out, queue up, right? Or go fight them, have the queue ready, right? And as soon as it starts to turn hairy, just take the queue. So you can disappear into that like a rogue. That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. They would love that, right? They're about to win, they're about to gank it, and then he disappears right in front of them. Allies never 1v1? I'm sure there's some allies that feel like Horde never 1v1. But I feel like someone starts to do chicken and the egg. Somebody starts being scumlordy. The other faction's like, all right, gloves are off. We're also scumlording this too. I don't know. Just call her like light. Light works, yeah. Light works, man. But I see the name Rebellion, so my brain is just like, it takes a second, bro. Kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, especially as a rogue, man. I feel like you should just get used to that. Like, it's never going to be a fair fight. It's never going to be a fair fight. Especially I feel like when people see a rogue in particular, they're just like, oh, get him. Get him extra. You help me out here, man. Let's jump this rogue. It's usually like, oh, it's a warrior? I can 1v1 him. It's a paladin? I can 1v1 him. It's a warlock? I can 1v1 him. It's a rogue? Everybody jump him. I think it's just because we're way too slippery. Everybody's afraid we're gonna be running out. Let me know when ready. And we'll queue it up. Yo, but them, dude, them class buffs from last week, by the way, them shaman changes are wild, dude. Did you see that? What is the rogue's name? Magic kill my warrior? Oh, hell yeah, dude. Waiting for him to res. Got it. What's the rogue's name? Who? Light or the rogue that second Boris? Group beef? Yo, get the group beef going, man. Hell yeah. I have no idea, man. I don't think Boris, I think, is playing warrior though, ain't he? Oh, your mage killed your warrior. Oh, okay, the mage in your group. Got it. Is it Seamark? Ready? All right, beautiful. Let me get this. Give me 4 mages. Yeah, I did it. We're sending it. He's gonna jump. Send it. Have him take the queue. Have him escape. We are your backup plan now. Not only are we here doing duels, but also a backup plan, man. There we go. Now we're set. I gotta also clean up a playlist here, I think. I gotta just change it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Here we are. 5v5 1v1. I'm gonna skip that song because I feel like it's just like the intro song. I'm not feeling that one. That was okay, actually. I can work with this. I like that one a lot. Alrighty, Ludwig. We'll let us see Seawork in action. We'll see if he's around, man. Harris? Oh yeah, Seawork is around, dude. Seawork is around. Hey. Hork. I like that set, dude. That's a good looking set. But we got Harris, the boy. We got Coda joining back in. You really gotta give him the credit for the Mog, man. He's really rocking it right now. We got ourselves Press Disarm. Is that how I think this is? Is that how I think this is? Star Claws is a Feral Druid. So not too many stars, lots of claws though, and Demoniac back on the rogue with Hordebidia as an Holy DK, gonna be first up into the mage, blinking around, got himself the ice form, so immune to stones, but not immune to blinds, and plenty of other CC like a silence. Ares trying to see if he can Nova out the entire army of the undeads, as Bidia is getting absolutely decimated by those lances. They're doing some shenanigans with Frost Mage nerds, by the way, in just a couple of days here. Freya Frost, big damage into a Shimmer as Bidia looking for the grips, landing that into a Breath to fall into a Trinket. Both are kind of low. Harris trying to see if he can get himself a big cast, got himself the walking block, so the man is able to break out of it. A couple of more lances, big shatter, and a Nova to take down Hordebidia to give himself a bit more of that shifting power. Kendaric immediately jumps some Feral Druid for Ares. He doesn't have an Ice Book anymore. He's got to be extra careful. Got to find a way to stay away from the Feral Druid. That or Where's the Feral behind the pillar? And Harris is under quite a bit of pressure. He's got shields, which are getting nerfed very soon. Maybe look at a second block here. He needs food. Sitting down, trying to get as much food as he can. The thorns break him though. He may be looking at an immediate block here. Does block it. I think he might need to stay there and not block the entire time. He needs all the recovery in the world and he needs cooldowns back up as soon as possible. He's got a bit of shielding. He's got a little bit of survivability, but it's definitely a tight situation. Ice Form is going to help him to break and get out of the stunts as much as possible. If you can get a couple of casts with the two, like a big Frostfire Bolt on top of it, blinking towards Skideric, but still rooted out, trying to see if he can maybe push in for some offense, and Skideric back in with a couple more bleeds, and that's going to be Ray of Frost around the corner. Bear Form to at least tank it up a little bit, got a little more health to work with, into a Blizzard around the corner. Harris, as long as you're able to keep the Feral away from you, you're actually golden. He's got all the time with a bit of that shifting power. Canary tried to see if he can maybe catch himself a reset. Does catch an invis. Stun onto Harry's. Can't really do much about it. Alter does let him at least reposition. That is a full set of blades, and Harry's at the very least got shields and maybe can get out of combat and sit down for some food. That is going to be advantageous for him if he could do a little bit of food. And Caneric knows to avoid the Blizzard here. At this point, though, the mage is very limited on what he could do. Shimmer does get to Shimmer back, get a little bit of healing out of it. Not a lot of health to work with. I think the bleed just take him, unless he could just end it with Ice Form, but I don't think you can. Is there a potential play right now? Mages versus Ferals used to be a very close game, but right now Feral Druids are out of this world, and Blizzard is even aware of the Feral Druid things, the things that guys are doing right now with them bites. They're actually taking some of the bite damage, putting it back into bleeds. It's I'd say what looked like a pretty generous amount of bleed damage for Rake and Rip specifically, but like softening those bites a bit. Specifically with Tutel's big bites out onto Conan though, having to power massive defensive, stunning up Caneric, big maim to reverse it with a root to follow, leaving the man bleeding out in the middle of the arena as Caneric soothing those wounds with a regrowth or two. He's still got wall, actually no, he's got Heart of the Wild, which I guess could be used as a wall technically. It does give him a decent bit of damage reduction. Plus, Bear Form becomes a lot more effective. You can also heal yourself. I think the mana cost is reduced by quite a bit. I wouldn't say more playing as Priest to get there to the bottom of the list. What do you mean? Wait, Priests are getting buffed up very soon. Have you seen, by the way, Guy, how good Shadow Priests are in duels? They actually are doing kind of good. First aid out of Conan, but you got to make sure you have no dots on you if you are going to be burning a first aid. And Conan, he's got a way to break out of stuns, but I don't think he has a way to really... Actually, no, he doesn't. It is the art. It is the art. He can't use it yet. He can't use it for 20 more seconds. I think he just like realized that maybe the bleeds got him. He needs a heal. Stormbolt under Caneric. Whatever healing you can do right now, whatever damage you can do to the Feral, now is the time to do it. He doesn't have a trinket. Blaze Storm to get out of the stun. Big bites out of the Feral either way though. He just tried to see if he can walk away, got himself a bit of healing while in Bear Form. And Conan, unless he can just shed those dots, he's not gonna get second wind coming back up for a while. And the Feral Druid, at the very least, you got a trinket for the next stun. You got a trinket. I don't know if you got a fear. Feral does not even catch a reset just to moonfire you. He's just denying you second wind healing. He knows he can win, which is a battle of attrition. As long as Conan isn't given an opportunity to heal. Stormbolt to follow. I don't know if you have much to work with here. Avatar, Bash, and he's just gonna bleed you out, isn't he? Yeah, bleeds and thorns together. That's all he needs right now is bleeds and thorns. Got himself Reflect. Trinket, not going to be able to use it though. Charge before the Feral can catch a reset into a quick Blade Storm. I think it's just a proc though. Got himself a bit more damage, but yeah, roots, man. He's barely held it on though. He's got a big defensive. He could potentially use it. He just got to find a way to get on top of Caneric. Does try to go for a stump, but I think it's super DR'd at this point. He does have a big defensive though. Charges at the Feral, but the roots stop that charge. Oh no! As Caneric goes in for bites and spends calm points into finishes, he can get those instant cast regrowth or instant cast roots. And that is a rough, man. That is a rough. Caneric back in there. Sinking those claws back into Conan. Just setting the guy not in a great spot. He's got an offensive cooldown and he's got to make some kind of a play. I don't know if he can do much against the Feral Druid. Does Stormbolt him while has him stunned up and throwing in a bunch of those traps all over the place. I don't even know if they do a lot of damage, to be honest, but he's trying to do whatever he can. Garrote immediately as soon as the rogue gets close enough. Does end up locking out the Feral Druid from being able to heal. And Caneric just taking ambushes back to back. He's marked for death. As well as he's got a death mark, but also a death stalker's mark. So he's got double mark. and the rogue has his sights set on the feral. Rosie immediately opens up as an outlaw rogue, pistol shots flying. Cloak of Shadows to remove the disarm cloak out of demoniac too, and he is able to dodge with an evasion. Cheap shot killing spree, big time onto the rogue, and Rosie with a quick blind. Got yourself a slice and dice. Cheap shot again. You just got to make sure you get a couple of those ambushes. You do find him. He might just take him out. He does take him, just dancing around the guy, letting the fate control him. Starclaw's going to be up next as a feral druid. Rosie immediately trinkets, does go for the vanish, has an evasion for the feral druid, so you're able to dodge quite a bit of the damage. Look at the damage the rogue is able to build up. The feral druid, he's Barskin, he's got a lot of blades. Shadow step by the rogue, you can't escaping out with the rogue. They're just going to be on you like glue. Step, double grapple, big killing spree to follow, doing quite a lot of damage. Rosie backing up out of there for a second. Oh, look at that mobility. I don't know if you got the healing. Yeah, the thorns, man. The thorns are giving you just a limited window to be able to do anything. And without a Cloak of Shadows, I don't know. It's a tough one. Definitely a toughie. With Ver gonna be up next is another outlaw rogue, letting Starclaws get a full re-heal. So he wants to give this as much of an auto duel as possible. Starclaws has eyes on either side. Might just want to start Bear Druid here. Delicate Eric, that was fun. Yeah, dude, it is rough out here of dueling against a feral though. The amount of damage they can do is kind of nuts. And like the bleed damage is also not that bad either. And it's about to be juiced. They're taking away some of that bite damage, but putting it back into the bleeds. I wonder if that's going to be better or potentially far, far worse, because there's like team-wide pressure, AoE pressure, Khalif pressure, group-wide pressure. Might just be kind of nuts. We'll see. We'll find out, but it's going to be interesting to see. Big bash by the feral druid, getting a couple bleeds onto Ver. Kidney shot. It is half a kidney though, but he still got himself enough damage in order to keep the pressure. That is going to be the feral leaving him bled up. Cloak of Shadows to shed those bleeds, and Starclaws forged back into bear form. Does get a short stone onto Ver, trying to see if he can maybe get some bleeds, but the killing spree out of the rogue with them. What is it? Trickster hidden blades in between, keeping him alive, keeping him healthy. Leave by the warrior to stay on top of warrior. He got invasion. If you were to follow him, I don't know if you can really like combo him. Stormbolt? Just try to see if you can build up some damage. Immediately steals his weapons and tries to see if you can get behind the pillar. For press and disarm, he get it disarmed. It's just, it's a funny winky dink, I guess you could say. At first aid out for Rogue though, he's getting himself a lot of recovery, unless you get a second leap thing you could do. And the second win looks like it is getting, I felt like your first aid this time did not give you as much healing, but I think it was dampening, right? 45% dampening doing it. Immediate stun onto the rogue, finally catches him. Bladestorm is available. Killing spree to reverse it back onto the warrior. He does let Killing Spree kind of delay a lot of his bursts though. Getting attacked while Killing Spree does not remove the damage, it just allows it to be delayed, and you can actually cloak it if you want to. Disarm onto the rogue. He got to disarm on the warrior maybe can get some random procs, but unless he can get those attacks, he's not able to get any procs. The rogue had no health whatsoever. Got himself sipping up, catching himself a reset. Amber still available. Sapping to press disarm. Does not have a Zerkus for this one. So he's got a blind, so he could use it to potentially escape. He needs a little bit more healing, but that second wind is gonna let the warrior catch up fully. For Ver, at this high dampening, this is where that second wind is definitely not what you want to deal with. I think maybe just pistol shotting and keeping the guy at least in combat or taking damage, while also you weave behind the pillar might be a little bit of an even safer choice possibly here. He just doesn't have a lot of cooldowns to work with. Cloak is going back up soon. He's got invasion, so maybe he'll just have to all in another bit of first aid. Let's press damn, try to see if he can catch him. Sap to follow. No Zerkers for the warrior because he knows in case there's going to be a gouge, he's going to need it later. I don't really know what happened, but we're somehow trinketed while trying to have a proper go there. So he's not going to have a trinket now. He's got a cloak. He's got a vanish. Evasion to follow up versus press damage. As long as you got some damage, you might be okay. But you burning a trinket accidentally, I don't think it matters. He just got so much damage either way. The Cloak of Shadow just to keep himself alive into a disarm. He's still got the pistols. They're still firing him off. They're still doing even a little bit of damage. Quick blind, roll the bones. Kidney, it is full, and I think it's over. Unless some way, somehow he heals. Just last second, last bit of global, last moment. Just didn't have anything in him. 2 for 2, or for the team, I think it was team 2, or team 2, I think it was the one that got win. All right, let's see if we can get another going. Light and Boris, let me know when teams are ready, dude. That was kind of a close one, actually. Took about to back up for BB. Yeah. You definitely gotta fix that. But the fact is that you didn't even need that trinket. You just burned it. It's almost like that roguish confidence of like, you know what? I wouldn't even need a trinket. I got enough to defeat you. You know what I mean? The BM or the unintended BM, I guess works too. So ready though? Awesome. Nope. Good. We'll queue in a sec. I also gotta get the BNet here up and running for myself, man. There we go. So I can see all you boys. Ready? Beautiful. We'll get you guys going again. We'll do hook point, yeah. We'll do hook point. We're in US. I see in our groups. We are in US. Groups are filled right now. If we got more spots, we'll open them back up and let you guys know. But right now, they're filled. And we're just gonna run these groups for as long as we can and maybe rotate some people out as we get closer to the end of the night. But I don't know if we're gonna be as active as we were on as actively rotating people as we were in EU. I just don't see a reason for it, I guess. You know, also I do see like myself in the party 1 on the top left. This happens on an A, but not on EU. You see that top left? It says party 1 dow slamming, and then on the right hand side you see like Generic Feral, and there's a trinket icon next to him, like a second one. I didn't do anything, right? I didn't do anything with the settings to add those on the screen. They just exist on an A, but not on EU, and like it's exactly the same like profile for like edit profile for UI stuff. Exactly the same. For some reason it shows up, so I'm afraid to like mess with anything. I'm not gonna touch anything, so I'm just gonna let it be, but just know that it's there, right? Hopefully it's not too distracting. It doesn't distract me, so good switch. And like one behind Generic disappears, but like my party 1 still shows up for some reason. I don't know. Generic burst up versus Demoniac. Oh, the match that I really want to see, dude. The Blades v Blades. The Feral Druid with his claws and bites versus the Rogue with a death mark, ambushes, and quick envenom strikes. Dr. Seuss in here, dude. Sap bunch of Generic as he goes in for a bear. Demonic just goes in for a garrote. Backs up out of there, dude. He's not trying to stay in. He's just letting Generic dot up. And he just wants to keep him out of combat into a Moonfire just to keep the Rogue from stealthing. Maim early on by Generic. Got himself a full go. Is going to be tricked out of Demoniac. Scene. Cooldowns out of Generic. Decided he's going to go for it. Route to follow. Demonic could break out of those with a vanish. Or with a cloak. Decided not to. Generic still out in the open. Tried to step around and bash. It is going to be a pretty big bite. The Rogue with a kidney shot of his own. Evasion right after. Full burst onto Generic. He's got a wall. And Demonic is just going to cloak all the dots. Generic does not want this Rogue to catch a reset. Blind right after. I don't know if he can get himself a clean one. He cannot, so he's just going to throw some knives at the guy just to make sure he can't re-stealth. Moonfire is keeping the Rogue out in the open though. At the very least, Demonic is able to build up comp points into a quick step. I think with the Rupture into Generic. He needs to build up comp points for a kidney shot at some point. Vanishes just to get ambushes. Generic caught in the kidney shot out of bear form. This potential could be huge for Demonic. He goes in for a Shiv. He's not playing Kingsbane. He just went in for a Shiv, letting those dots rot Generic. And if Demonic is okay, he might be able to catch a reset here. Generic with a full Heart of the Wild, so he's trying to see if he can just play cooldowns right now. Sending everything, not holding anything against the Rogue is going to be able to get him dotted. Cheap shot for a second. Barskin right after. Maim on the Rogue. Big bite for the Feral. Not as big of a damage as it could be, but Demonic still taking hits either way. And I think the bleeds might just end him right here. I think those bleeds are just so much more powerful than that what a Rogue can do. Yeah, I think it's like, you know what? I feel like it's lights, yeah? I feel like it's lights. Yeah, I think it's just over. The bleed damage is just so much different than one or the other. For Rogues, I think you just have to like, when you do pop defensives, I think you just need to stay in. But look like Sarclaws just goes in for the jugular. Doesn't give Generic a chance here with Rosie going to be up next. Starclaws and Rosie dueled each other. Last time though, I think Starclaws got the open on Rosie. This time it's reversed a bit. And Rosie goes in with an immediate killing spree with a blind of the Feral. He sees the killing spree. Full wall. For Rosie, needs to catch a reset. He's not going to be able to get a salve. Goes in for cheap. It is kind of DR'd, however, though. Got himself reroll. May want to vanish at some point. While Starclaws in bear form, he's going to get a lot of healing, but this is an opportunity for you to build up some damage. And those dispatches and between the eyes are doing work though. Hold on, they're punching right through him. He just does take it. Has a cloak to remove those dots and is going to bail out of there before Harris can get on top of the guy. Flurry still catches him, is able to reverse it. Nova to follow. You do have a vanish and might be able to escape. Kodako does hit you. And it is going to put you out in the open for a second. You got to find a way out of there. The mage could just blink on you. You picked up the eye by accident. No, sap. Do you have a sap? Oh, you can't sap. You can't sap. Does get a kick though. And you might need to go for stuns. If Harry's playing with Shimmer, then you can definitely kidney shot him. I don't know if you got Blade Rush or anything. Or Shadow Step. You need something right now. Killing Spree. To at least close the gap a little bit. Doing a bit of damage. Maybe kidney shot. Kidney shot. He trinkets it. Hold on. Rosie picking up a little bit of heal. Grapple behind the wall. I don't think Harris has the mobility to catch up. He's trying to see if he can blink in. Oh, I don't know. Maybe with a gouge, might have been able to buy yourself a bit of time because you were just waiting for that vanish. I guess a gouge, a drone rush, slice and dice gives you quick vanish and maybe you get an escape, but you're still so low. Body are going to be up next. Immediate AMS for the rider. Silence so the Harris has the entire army of undead marching at him. And as long as you can keep Harris around the army of undead, that'll be glorious. If you got yourself another grip, you definitely want to be able to try to keep them next to those pets. Ice block in order to deal with the pets. You're just ignoring them completely. Body is in a great offensive position. Got a full death and decay down. Defile rather. Onto Harris. Quick kick on the Poly. Trying to see if you can get some damage in. Ray of Frost to follow. Doing a bit of damage. It's not getting that shatter bonus as much as you want to. Unless you can get a full Nova on the guy or something. You got to freeze him in order to get the full shatter bonus. Harris might be in a bit of trouble. No block for a bit. Dome down for Badia. But he's kind of stuck in place though. He can't really approach. Unless you can grip him. Unless you can death call him from a distance. There isn't really so much you can do. You got to get a bit of healing though. Silence is available by the looks of it. So you might be able to go for silence. Potentially to at least control him. Try to go for a kick into a full silence. Looking for a bit of catch up. But I don't really know. Maybe the army of undead might do it. You might need to go for the full-on apocalypse. I don't know if you got another grip. Those lances are going to be the enemy into a living bomb, and down it goes. As Harry's does, at the very least, activate the Ice Form. Soul Strike finally get a proper chance to play this time around. Leaping towards Harris, but he's got plenty of mobility to shift around with mages and blinks and all that. Running a game right now. Plenty of people going, hey, good, so you got a spot? All right, maybe, yeah. Maybe. For sure, Ice Block out for Harry's Assault Strike, able to put in quite a bit of pressure onto the mage. That did end up buffing enhancement by quite a bit. So, wait, you got yourself a full Thrall Mog. Oh wait, he's literally got Thrall Mog. Holy, is this Thrall himself? Mr. Thrall, sir? Holy, hold on a second. It actually looks like Thrall. The shoulder, I feel like you could definitely get a shoulder that matches Thrall a little bit better. There's a one Doomhammer, old OG Doomhammer look for Thrall. Without one shoulder, I mean, this is pretty close though. This is very, very close. He's got plenty of pressure. Harry's might be in a ton of trouble. I don't think there's an out for this mage right now, unless you can just burst him. And even through that meteor, I mean, as long as the shaman drops down that one totem that gives him quite a bit of power, he might be okay. It's a huge shielding. Got himself lots of healing. Wall, as well as Burrow Underground still available in case he needs to. He needs to also reposition a totem next to Presence Arm. That or walk him into it. Walling off, but it might be a lot of damage. He does go underground, dropping the totem next to him. He needs to heal immediately. Knock up onto President for a second, knocking him back, but the warrior charges past him as the shields do come back. They're just not enough with 32% dampening. And that goes a bit of a rematch between Rur and Prez Disarm. The Prez Disarm is walking into this one with a couple of cooldowns down, so he's not going to have everything, but he has a trinket. At the very least, out of all the cooldowns you have versus Rogue, you definitely want to have a trinket. And I think that's what we're trying to do. Try to give this man as much of an honor duel as possible here. Hopefully he changed up his macro there for a second, yeah? But that was such a good Shaman Mog, by the way. I love that. It is going to be Presence Arm, picking up the ice, sapped up, not Zerker Raging out of it. Disarm onto the rogue immediately off of that killing spree. There goes his disarm, and that's going to be a fear to counter the disarm, trying to see if he can buy himself a bit of time. Stormbolt onto Whir, potentially Trinket does use a human racial for it. Couple of ambushes, getting around Press DM quite easily with an evasion to follow. He can't really respond back to this rogue at all. He might need to leave, but I think the rogue may just have him. Grapple on over, try to go for a charge to root him in place, doesn't quite connect. Get the shot, has a Trinket for it, needs heals right now, otherwise it's just over. I don't know if he's got any healing, and the rogue with a couple of ambushes, maybe a killing spree at the end. I think it was a killing spree at the end though. There isn't much you can do. Conan trying to give this man as much of an honor duel as possible. Rogue versus Warrior, a battle of the ages. From expansion to expansion, these two classes fight each other all the time. The Rogue with quick steps and guile, the Warrior with just overpowering might. Disarm for a fear. And Conan better be very, very careful. If he can get a proper stun onto Word, does land a stun, Blaze to follow, and does cut the Rogue down. Fair enough, though. The Rogue did end up burning a trinket before that match. So I feel like maybe if he had one, maybe it would have been a little closer, but... Oh, Harry picked up 2. I didn't even notice. It looked like everybody just killed each other at that point, but Harry does pick up 2 there. That was wild. I want to see that Shababa again, dude. That looks so good. Hey, let me know if you guys' groups are ready, and we'll get another one going. Or if we lost a body, we'll switch out. Light says he's ready. Night King wants to join in. We'll do. Boris, let me know when you're ready. If you need more bodies, my boy wants to join in, if possible. What are we doing over here? Ready? Beautiful. All right, as soon as we got a spot, we'll get Childs in here. I'm gonna do another Nagrand. I like Nagrand, and I feel like we don't do enough Nagrands for NA homies. So I'll probably do more Nagrands when I can. It's just the most, like, I think it's the best dueling arena. Unless you guys have a better one. I feel like Nagrand is literally the best dueling arena. Hold on a second. Is that who I think it is? Yo, oh. Chicago wants to duel too. So if we got spots ever, Chicago says he'll be down. Yo, I saw an icon. I didn't even see the name. I saw an icon record on my screen because I have BNet chat open on the left hand side. Actually makes it so much easier to deal with like whispers and whatnot. So much easier. Jesus. And I saw Chicago's icon. You guys usually get like a one BNet icon and nobody ever changes them. Chicago is the same one as always. And I was like, I got excited immediately. Привет, хорошего стрима, здорово, Кобри. Even Kobri out here watching you boys. You'd say hello. Здорово, Kobri, как дела? Надеюсь, все нормально. Look at this. These orcs are all targetable, by the way, dude. They're all actual NPCs. You can actually target them. Like if I click away from the screen, you can actually mouse over them. That's wild. All right, I gotta get another one going here. Hold on a second. Hopefully we got it. Beautiful. Yeah, and switch. Is it gonna be where again? Oh, they're missing a guy. They're missing a 5th. Hopefully the 5th will be able to load in just a second here. As it's gonna be Starclaws joining in versus where I think these two have not dueled each other at all, but a rogue versus feral. This time instead of blades and poisons, we got ourselves knives, we got ourselves guns, we had ourselves guile, we got ourselves charming good looks, because that's what outlaw rogues obviously have. Obviously all outlaw rogue players are obviously charming and got fantastic looks. Salt over here on team 2 together with Rose and Caneric. Though with the feral literally wearing a crown, I don't really know. As long as Caneric can carry the team and play as a one-man army, it's almost like you got 10 people in team 2. We're and feral walking next to each other. I think he heard the stealth sound. He knows more or less where the feral is. You just can't get on top of him just yet. The opener here is going to be important. I think the feral gains the most amount of advantage in the opener here. The rogue gains some, but not as much as the feral. Being opened up by the feral druid, I feel like sets the rogue back quite a number. So I feel like for the feral druid, even in cat form being opened up on, he's fine. I think if anything, the feral could go bear, because I think he'll be able to bear the damage from a rogue in the opener. But also, it lets the rogue get ramped up and started, which isn't ideal either. And eyes on should be coming up soon. Yeah, eyes are up. So honestly, I wonder if we were picking up the eye and then vanishing immediately so you could see the feral, but you get the opener, if that is worth. Probably not, but I think it is a safer play. The feral druid mosing over next to the eye. They're right next to one another. If he finds him, does sap him. Put him out in the open. The rogue gets a proper go. That's going to be hitting blades. Bardock's going to immediately by the feral. Kidney shot reverse right out of that way. The kill speed to follow. Feral druid immediately bear from trying to see if he can land a stone onto the rogue, but evasion is not letting him do anything. That's a full incarnate. He's trying to get the blades in, but I think the feral frenzy got dodged. Just has to tank up this damage. But for the rogue, he's just fine ramping. This rogue is just ramping, trying to go for a big go again. Was that a kill spree again? Did he get kill spree back up that quickly? He's trying to get another kill spree going. Look at his kill spree cooldown. It is so fast. He's got another one coming up so soon. If you can get a kidney shot while kill spree's up, that's going to be deadly. Stun onto the rogue. I don't think it's enough though. Another kill spree. Oh my god, he's got him. He's got it, dude. I'm gonna have to try to highlight the kill spree cooldown. You gotta see how fast that thing is. It is wild. It's gonna be the ambush out of the rogue. Blind immediately is demonic. Try to see if he can get some damage onto Whir. Try to see if he can stay on him. Got a full dots. Whir only he has disarm. I think he's gotta get in there. I think he has to get in there, build some call points, go for a disarm. It is a sub rogue. It is a sub rogue. Not gonna feel that great. You don't have cheat death anymore, unless you need CC. Unless it's over. Disarm, but it doesn't matter. Already had secret technique. Already had rogue agents joining in from stealth, hitting him from left and right. Hit him with a 1-2-1-2. Salt strike, charge it. Look at that mog. It looks like Thrall. Literally looks like Thrall. Like a younger version of Thrall. You know what I mean? Like it looks. In Ghost Wolf, I can't really tell, but like once he's out. Once he's out of Ghost Wolf. Eyes are up, so you can use him if he wants to. That first duel between the rogue and the feral was a bit of a doozy. It took a second. Lightning lasso zap at the guy. Look at that. I swear it looks so Thrall-like. I want to say it looks like Thrall. It's close enough, right? I think it's close enough, man. Getting the shot onto Salt. Got himself a wall for this go. And the rogue knows he's going to be in a little bit of a bad spot if you're just hitting into the shaman while he's got full wall. Does go for the vanish. For the shaman, at least he's able to get himself, if I can ever switch to a right target, he's able to get himself at least a lot of healing. He's got a mad shield. He's got a lot of recovery. And he couldn't go for just a ton. He might just want to sit still and just go for a bunch of healing. As a rogue shadow steps, try to go for a kick. Doesn't quite land. Get the shot does follow through though. Into a knockback. It is going to be a secret technique. If you can knock him on that secret technique, like as he presses it, immediately suppresses it, you might actually be able to bug out those extra like shadowy rogues that he spawns in. Disarm, you got yourself a send. Can you send them to heaven though? That is the question. Big Tempest, he's got evasion. You can't evade the Tempest. I think those wind strikes still gonna go through though, or at least he's trying to see if he can get those wind strikes to go through. Can you dodge the wind strikes? Because I was under the impression it was all straight up nature damage that's not dodgeable. The rogue still got a cloak though, and Soul Strike got himself cooldowns coming back up in just a moment. He might be able to make a bit of a play here. Gouge to follow as the rogue shot to see if he can build up some calm points. Got himself the totem, which is perfect for it. Next get a shot could be very, very deadly. For Salt though, I don't know what he can do. I think at this point, maybe if he had a static totem, if he could seclude the rogue away from him, maybe a good knockback for a secret technique. Doesn't quite get it. Not enough damage though. The rogue isn't able to break through. Cheap shot yet again. Salt Strike has an opportunity here. The rogue, I think, is just going to come in and try to end it. Salt got plenty of Maelstrom, got plenty of mana, but I think the rogue got more damage. It's just able to get close enough, able to get that one last strike right in the jugular, taking him out with Canary going to be up next, picking up the eye. He knows the rogue is going to be low. He doesn't want the rogue licking his wounds at all. So if you can get yourself a Moonfire on the guy, you might be gold. Does Moonfire him, avoiding the sap. Kidney does go for the Trinket. That's an opportunity for you to have a go. The rogue, I think, is going to want to play defensively. He's got a blind, but the rogue is dotted. As long as he's got a Moonfire without a Cloak of Shadows, big step, big blind. Kineric no longer has a Trinket, so this could be bad for Kineric. He needs to get in, get the kill on the rogue, but he also got to be very, very careful with that Kidney shot. Because next go by the rogue could be massive. Blinking all over the place. Kind of hard to track. I wonder if Demonic is having the same trouble as I am here. Big bite. Bash to follow. Another bite maybe. Needs one more big bite. Bear form. I think he just tanks up bear form. Tanks up Barkskin. Demonic is melting little by little. He's able to save off some of that damage into immediate evasion. And I think he's lagging a little bit. Kind of slipping. Gives Caneric an opportunity to catch a reset. Is it going to give Demonic a chance though? I think Demoniac literally had a full-on DC. You're at least giving him a chance. He cloaks. Hold on. I think he's back. I think we're good. I think we're coming back here. Hold on. He's not letting him catch an easy reset. He might still be in a little bit of a bad way right now. Could potentially go for a kidney shot. Could potentially have himself a go. As long as he stuns the feral while he's in cat. Lands a stun. Is this enough? Hold on. Never count out a rogue. He doesn't have the secret technique until tail end. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I feel like if he had the full secret technique, everything in a big... Hold on a second. That sap, however, could potentially give him a go. He does have a vanish. As long as he doesn't get bashed up, he might be okay. He has a trinket. Vanish before the feral can get a lot of his damage. That does give Demoniac cooldowns back into yet another kidney shot. Another proper go. Barskin is available. The rogue is not out of this fight just yet. Cheap shot to follow. Secret technique to follow up. Has a trinket. Blind onto Caneric before you can load him up full of dots. And Caneric is so low on health. Try to keep the feral from catching a reset. Full on rupture onto the druid too. As Demoniac tried to get out of the Moonfire before the rogue can get himself a proper reset. They're trying to deny each other stealth. Canaric will not be able to get himself a proper re-stealth with those bleeds running. Demoniac tried to also get himself a proper reset. Trinket out of Canaric has a Heart of the Wild. That's going to give him a bit of healing. Mage to follow. Last chance in order to take out the rogue, I think. Unless you go bare form, trying to go for a stealth, but Demoniac able to cleave the barrel wide open with Rosie charging Demoniac. Cloak and shadows for a disarm. The rogue is left with nothing. Cheat death. Rosie trinketing out just to make sure to get that kill. Brand's disarm. Conan and Harris are the last ones left over for the team 1. For Rosie though, he is the only one-man island right now. So he's got to find a way to deal with a warrior, which all the works can do pretty well. You are not gonna have a trinket though, so a single lockdown can be pretty rough, honestly. Bro, Chicago understand. We'll probably get Chicago in. I'm not gonna kick anybody out, man, but we've got a spot. It looks like team 2 does have a spot, so between Chills and Chicago, we can get either one in here, man. You know what I mean? Rosie backing up away for just a moment. He knows he's not a great spot without a trinket, so he needs to be very careful. He might be able to go for a proper stun lock onto Prez Disarm, go for a full killing spree. Maybe then disarm him before Prez Disarm has a proper go. And then back up out of there. And do a couple of hit and runs to chip away at the guy. He's just trying to see if he can leap around the corner. Is going to be immediate lockdown by the rogue. He just needs to have a go now. Disarm for disarm. The rogue has a pistol. Charge for the warrior to intercept the rogue before he can round the bend behind the pillar. Blaze him so he can't get hit. Evasion for the rogue. He's burning a pretty big defensive. Fear on that killing spree is not ideal. That is a huge portion of his overall damage. But if he can get himself a couple more finishes in, he might be alright. Feint of that stun charge. Oh, he's not playing Trickster though. He's playing Fate Bound, so he just still needs finishers. Try to see if he can back up out. Look at the double grapple, by the way. It is so good. And as long as you keep him in combat, not let him heal, second win. You just got to pistol him once in a while. He's trying to go for the pistols. Maybe he can get out damage. Cheap shot, super DR'd. You got to disarm for the warrior in a bit here. You got to disarm very, very soon. I think you have to play off of the disarm. Stormbolt, you take it behind the pillow. That is huge. Does not give the warrior a proper go. Disarm onto the warrior. You might be able to take him out right here. Just a couple more finishers. Hold on, more combo points. He just needs a little bit more. Pistol. Oh, the pistols do it. Just got to believe in the fate. Cloak of Shadows vanish immediately before the mage can even lock you in. The mage trying to see if he can send AoEs in every corner, but Rosie able to back up out of there. Oh, this is getting rough, dude. Trinket available. No vanish for a while. You got a cloak. You got a killing spree. So you got some kind of a play you can make. And Harry's, I think, is Shimmer. So you will be able to lock him down in a proper stun. It's just the question is, can you get past the ice form? Because if he ice forms, that's it. You can't stun him. He's got a snowdrift. The rogue ain't going in there. Rogue ain't going in there. Nope. But Harris now knows exactly where you are. Cheap shot before he can get a proper go. Does give the rogue an opener between the eyes back to back. Maybe another stun. Alter. So you got to be very careful with that alter. He's always going to be able to reset the cooldown. Does dodge out of the meteor, which is huge right now. Rosie just waiting for the alter. He knows. Harry's, he knows he's going to have to do it. Try to go for a Nova. Grapple for the rogue. Able to get close enough. Maybe a step. I don't know if he's got a step. Got himself a reroll. Maybe a kick on a Harris. That's going to be a Ray of Frost. Ice block. The rogue still holding on to a Cloak of Shadow, so he's fine. He got a drone rush. Cloaking really early here. I don't know if you really necessarily needed to do that. But he was doing just fine too. Blind onto the mate before he can get a proper go. I think a stun might just take him and force him. Probably gonna force a trinket, right? Probably gonna force a trinket. That is ice form down. He has Comet Storm. He has Breath. Rosie does have a trinket. Cheap shot, immediate trinket. Can you get close enough? I think he's trying to see if he can back up out of the, decided to line the side instead of lining, get in front of the mage. Check and cheap shot right after. It is the yard. Alter is available. You might just be able to pressure him into a big meteor. That's going to be mage resetting. He got images. Try to see if he can get around. That's a Lance's back up. Try to see if he can catch you into the frozen orb. Is able to do so. Vanish available very, very soon. You don't have a killing spree for a bit. Vanish is available, but you got very aggressive there. And that's going to put you out into the south. Killing spree very, very soon, though. You got an image too. Oh, you got a pet that you can at least build comp points off of. Question is, can you escape it? Does catch a reset? What was the pet doing? Hold on a second. Water elemental. I got a bone to pick with you. You were literally just staring at the rogue and said hi and then walked away. How? Like slap him with your watery tentacles or something. I don't know. Like just give the rogue a hug and at least try to drown him in a puddle of water or something. I don't know. Something, anything. What a... Oh man, Mage with a Ray of Frost full go onto Rosie. He got a kill spree. I don't know if it'll be enough though. I think Lance will take him. Oh, that is so rough. That is so close, but definitely a rough one. Rosie almost bringing it back for his team. Definitely trying to struggle out here as an Outlaw dude. We also got nerfed as Outlaws, by the way. Out of all the... it sounds like Outlaw Rogue was like a monster PvP spec either. Like Blizzard could just check like what's owning right now in PvP and just be like, ah, okay, well, you know, oh, warriors are everywhere. Oh, evokers are really good. Marksman horse are everywhere. Better enough the rogue. It's like, what? It's not like we were the most popular PvP spec either. We're like, all right, let's nerf him. Makes sense. Thanks, Blizzard. Appreciate you. Love you. Great expansion, by the way. Having a lot of fun. That was not a sarcastic one, though. All right, let's get another going. Whoever needs more, Conan lead. I'll join another group. So we have 3 groups. Wait, what? Okay. I can help if you need me to help you invite more. Apparently, Boris got a 3rd group or something. I have no idea what's happening. So Boris said, give Conan lead. I join other groups. So we have 3 groups. He needs 1. What 3 groups do we have? No, group disbanded. Wait, group disbanded? Okay. I'm with Chicago. Wait, how many do you have then, Boris? Because apparently you left the group and it disbanded. So I don't really understand. How many people you guys got? Or did Chicago make another group altogether or something? I'm confused now. With Chicago, we have 5. Okay, so apparently Chicago... With Chicago, you have 5. All right. And Conan... You have nobody. Okay, yeah. So Conan... Apparently when Boris left the group, gave Conan lead. That group fell apart. So now Conan's looking for a +1. And Light, how many you got? If you have anybody. Or if you need more bodies. Let me know. Because Chills would be interested in playing. So Chicago is in. He got 5. Now, Boris, is Chicago lead? Or are you lead? That's another one I need. Conan and Starclaws need more. Damn. Light Sword need more. Okay. Invite. I can list. I can list your group. He lead. Okay, so Chicago is going to be lead. Got it. I'll just put Chicago out here then. Beautiful. I miss Chicago, man. I miss Chicago. Is it supposed to be Thrall Mog? Appreciate the compliments. I love it, man. It looks good. I immediately saw Thrall at first as soon as I looked at it. Ready? Okay. Apparently you guys are good. Got it. So I guess I'm gonna switch up Chicago and Light Sword. 5. Black will hold. We'll come back to the grades more often though, I think. Yeah, Conan and Starclaws need more. So Starclaws, you might just need to join Group Chicago or Light when they got a spot at this point. You guys can maybe potentially try to see if you can put a 3rd group together, but it might be easier just to like, as soon as one spot is open, snipe and invite. And I'll let you guys know in chat, like if they need more. And usually you'll find them listed on the Molten Core in the raid setting. Don't need to requeue, by the way, Chicago and Light, because if you guys were in LFG, then I'll need to requeue. You got to make sure you are out of LFG or like not listed in LFG for me to queue. Otherwise, it get bugs out and this is why it's not working. I joined the L team. Awesome. You're more than welcome to play as much as you want, Term. Requeue. Got it. I'll send you guys in. Instead of Black Book Hold, I'll do a Dalaran Sewers, I guess. Not a great dueling arena, but it's pretty good. Starclaws? I assume, yeah. Claws the Law. I like the name, by the way. I assume, yeah, Claw and Starclaws, probably same person. That's the kind of name I can vibe with because, like, my brain, I'm like, connect the dots. I'm bad with names, man. I'm just really bad with names. But with that name, I'm like, I can connect the 2 dots. That's easy for me. I don't know why. My brain has always been bad with names. Take longer than usual to queue. It might be a Light Sword that's listed in LFG. Worst to worst, I could just queue you guys into another arena. We could do... Is it queue breaking? I could try Tiger's Peak. Because maybe the queue is just not working for that arena at all. Tiger's Peak worked. I have no idea. No idea. No clue. No idea. Like, if you, even if you were like, hey Dal, explain me. Oh, the boy, he back. Both of them, in fact. Holy. Chills did say I would be surprised. I am very surprised. I'm interested how this is gonna go. Holy. Also, my boy Parasite, lovely boy. How you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Misty guy. Did you see we got a Demon Hunter yesterday that absolutely popped off. I heard Demon Hunters were not doing so hot, but maybe in duels are pretty good. Who knows, right? But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, what was I saying? I forgot, dude. I forgot. Let's get another going, yeah? Twitch. We got Chills, and he's making quite a change. He is a Velf now. He is a Void Elf, no longer a human. But the Void Elf racial may be huge for a Death Knight. Who knows, man? We got Parasite. What is this? This guy, dude. You can get up here. Look at you. Oh, man, I missed you. Demoniac, that team is out. Subtlety. We got Zero Faith. He is a warrior. I love that said Chicago joining back in. It looks like Chills is going to be first, I think. I like the parkour, dude. So good. We're versus Zero Faith. Trying to see if we can find the rogue immediately. Almost finds him if he didn't run as far forward. Immediate killing spree by the rogue. Trinket out of where? Trinket out of Zero Faith. He's still holding on to his evasion for the rogue though, so he can't really attack him again. He's just getting blasted out with a pistols, riddled with bullets, trying to go for a stun. Slow, yet another killing spree. It doesn't matter. Double killing spree within 20 seconds. Killing spree is a 1.5 minute cooldown. It's like 1.5 minute my ass. What is happening? As Chilpus immediately hits him with a blind, trying to go for a proper goal. Will not have a trinket to break out of the stun. Got the Riders attacking from every angle. Full burst evasion. No cloak out of the rogue. Might as well be close to evasion. When fighting against a Death that he still got plenty of that match damage. Where I think maybe still dotted. No. Or maybe it looks like he. Hard to tell. I can't really tell. Try to avoid. Yeah, definitely. So now dotted. Now he's dotted. Now he's definitely dotted. There's going to be an IBF and an AMS out of Chills. I think it's going to be a free AMS from the Riders. Big killing spree out of where? As it goes in for a blind. It is a very, very short blind. However, both are super, super low. We're trying to see if we can escape this. It's going to be a stun by Chills, able to capitalize on a couple more blitz, taking him out. That is a tough one, man. Tough crowd. Tough one to fight against. Trinket out of the Feral Druid immediately. Chilpas may be under a ton of pressure. I don't know if he can deal with his bleeds. It's just too much pressure. Lichborn, maybe sacrificing the pet. Deathpack, he rotated through all his heals. He's got a Lichborn to at least give him some DR. Blind onto the Feral Druid. I don't know if he can maybe stun him. He has a trinket. The Void Elf racial does come into play. I don't think it matters though. The dots of Feral is just too much. Yeah, that was an awesome use of a Void Operation to escape. That's huge mobility, but yeah, it's a rough one. I don't think there's a chance there. Chicago, they're charging out at claws, playing around that totemic, dropping down a big totem. Once you get the Feral in your buy, the more damage you can do with those storm strikes, the more zappy action that totem is also going to be able to do. And actually keeping that totem back there with Star, he's not going to be able to catch an easy reset. You got Ghosts, you got the totem pulsing on you, so you denied the Feral that re-stealth. He just needs to get away from totems, but Chicago could always place one ahead. It's going to give him some shields. Big Alley Blast. It is a wall out of Star Claws. He just committed. Full on offense. Why he's got a wall to keep him nice and healthy here. And Chicago trying to climb himself a bit of a survivability here. Root into the Feral with a quick Sunder. Just trying to keep the pressure, as much pressure as they can. Dropping the totem next to Star. And might need to drop down the big healing totem too. That's a lot of pressure. Still has a wall though. So he's got defenses, he's got cooldowns. Trying to see if he might be able to just hold on. Big shield is up and available. 3-minute cooldown on that thing. And is gonna be able to get himself a little bit of healing. As long as Star Claus has an Earth Elemental chasing after him, is gonna keep him in combat. Just auto attacking, barely doing any damage, but at least keeping him in combat, doing enough damage to keep him out of stealth. Dropping the totem nearby. And for Chicago, that should hopefully give him a little bit of survivability. He's got the full primordial setup. So you might be able to go for big lightning bolts, that or Elliot Blast instead. Lasso onto the Feral, dropping down the totem, potential lots of damage. Big Sunder right after, might be able to give him a big go here. Shields from those totems are also helping him quite a lot. Able to leap over towards the Feral, not letting him go anywhere. He's just trying to make sure he keeps zapping him. The Ursos is going to capture him for just a moment, but the Earth Elemental is still in play, is still present. And that's going to be, I think you're playing Primordial for the Skyfury totem, isn't it? That would make sense, actually. Big surges out of the totem, though. Bite out of the Feral Druid, but Chicago has a pre-wall for this one. Dropping the totem on top of the guy. Sunder and does end up getting the totem to explode next to the man. I think does do what seems like quite a decent bit of damage. Rosie up next. A drone rush is available. Cheap shot on Chicago. Unless you can stab the rogue in place, it's just over. Yeah. I guess without the rogue, he's just able to cloak, killing spree. There's not much you can do. Might just step next to him. Alright, which one of you guys is gonna be next? No, I don't wanna. He's telling him he's gonna duel. He's like, I don't wanna duel out the rogue. At the very least, he doesn't have a trinket, right? For super under gear in this lobby, lol. You just gotta make sure you get your conquest gear, make sure you get your crafted items from the first week, man. Because you can get a lot of gear, dude. I still need to spend my conquest. Oh, no, I did spend my conquest last week. Yeah. Did you see what they were doing with the weapon thing, too? The weapon craft or whatever? Oh, wait, yeah. Can't you actually, if you PvE, I guess you could technically get a bit more PvP gear if you get your sparks and use them in Versa gear, can't you? Technically, yeah, you could, yeah. I guess you do gain quite a lot of gear this week specifically. I'm only 2-piece. Outlaw tier set is so garbaggio. I think it does nothing, man. I don't think it's worth it at all. I think you literally just go full on Versa. It's still very, like, even in PvE, let me tell you, it does nothing. I think we were fine, honestly. Rosie, though, is going to be in a bit of a weird spot. I don't think he wants to fight Demonic while Trinket is down, because you're just out under the control of Rogue the entire time. Cheap shots, gouge, disarm, blind. You can't get out of any of those things. I guess you can get out of a disarm with a cloak, but even that is down for the time being. So it's going to be in a bit of a tight spot right now. Demoniac just trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of that. Searching, dude. Just spamming the search function for rogues, dude. He's looking. As Rosie nowhere in the middle. You can see Demoniac, he wants to go in for the kill. He's roaming out the middle. Rosie's roaming in the outskirts until eyes are available. So for Demoniac, I think he may just want to take the eyes. Rosie does have a trinket coming back up. So the question is, which one of them has a better go? Who wins this duel? Outlaw or Subtlety? I want to say normally, under most expansions conditions, I think Subtlety wins those every single time. But now that they both have two vanishes, they both have a cloak, they both have evasion, they both have disarm, they both have burst, they both have plenty of crowd control and a lot of mobility, I think it's more even than ever. Like, this is as even as a two-space get, but I wonder, should be sub that wins. I feel like, yeah, under most expansions, I think that is the play. That is where I'm putting my money on, but I think this expansion specifically, it's depending on the type of rogue specs you play, like, you know, Trickster, Deathstalker, Fatebound, whatever, I think it's as even as it can be. Should have been my son's better. I should have used my son's better. All good, claws, man. All good. Rosie, get it opened up on by Demoniac. Question is, do you trinket? Do you hold on to it? The rogue, full Shadow Blade, disarm for disarm. Rosie able to survive. Cloak of Shadows for Demoniac, so he's able to get rid of the disarm really early. Rosie still has a cloak for later. Trinket on a Demoniac. You can go for a blind, technically blind on a Rosie. Into a ambush, killing spree, I think, actually, on Demoniac. I don't think it worked, though. Evasion out for Demoniac right now. And Rosie has a Cloak of Shadows at the very least. Cheap shots onto Demoniac. And is able to go for advantage. Demoniac does get himself cooldown reduction and a shield. Disarm onto Rosie, so he's able to stay a bit more aggressive that way. Question is, do you have a dot onto Rosie? I think you do have a rupture on him. Eyes are available for the other rogues, so you could technically grab him. Does go for the cloak to remove the dots. Neither, actually, no. I was about to say neither has a trinket, but Rosie still got one. And a disarm coming back up. Demoniac has a blind, so you could reset for himself. Depending when you use that blind, Rosie could either use it to chase at the Demoniac, like if he's trying to go for a blind, reset, run away. Rosie should be able to get an opener here, I think, every single time. If you just meet him, sap, there goes. And now you got the opener. He doesn't have a trinket. This is an opportunity for you to establish some kind of pressure, some kind of a play. Question is, do you have enough damage? Disarm could really put a dampener onto the ONYXIA. Burst too. Cheap shot. Disarm to follow. Big damage. Does go for a disarm yourself. Do you have a pistol? If you have a pistol and move between the eyes, you can just keep the pressure going. As long as you don't let Demoniac catch a reset. He does catch a reset and is back down into stealth for these two. Rosie had a proper opener. I think you just denied Demoniac a reset. I think you put in the pressure because you have a trinket to escape. And just all you have to do is not get in combat. Just trying to keep him out of stealth. That's all you're trying to do. You're not trying to fight him. You're not trying to walk up, let him kidney you. You're just trying to keep him out of combat, out of stealth. That's all you gotta do. So maybe with a grapple hook, maybe with a gouge, he does get you out in the open into a cheap shot. Do you have enough damage? He has a blind, and he does have a proper go on you, but you can trinket it immediately. Trinket, disarm. Demoniac has a cloak of shadows. Oh wait, no, not a cloak. That's a dance. It just looks like a cloak. Disarm on you. You go for a blind. You have advantage. You have a killing spree. You have stuff to work with. Gouge for a second. Maybe a killer shot off that. Cheap shot. Trying to see if he can make some damage happen. Tricking out Demoniac, goes in for cheap shot of his own. You can still reset him. Evasion for evasion. He's trying to get around with you. Kill spin to follow. Kill to a cheat death. Hold on. You still see him though. Trying to pistol him down. He has one more vanish. He's just trying to maximize those shields. Second vanish. Do you find him? AoE, Blade Flurry. Don't find him. Don't find him, but you have a cloak. You could reset. You have a cloak, you could reset if you wanted to. That or just let him open in you? Yeah, cloak and reset. Hold on. Now it's back into the hands of whoever picks up the eye. You should see him. See him? Pistol shot. Get him in combat. Nice. Cheap shot. Not enough damage. Demonic does not have enough to follow up here. He can maybe lock you down, but not enough damage right now. You have a disarm for disarm. You can disarm him too. He can't respond. He can't run away. You gotta step to catch up to him. He's stepping around. You should have a grapple. Maybe. Hold on. Demoniac in the shot. I think it's lights. I think it's lights, and the Outlaw Rogue takes it. This is why I said I think it's a much closer season than ever. It is going to be still a top one. I think it's going to be down to the minute details of who wins these kind of duels. And looks like Parasite wants to go on proper honor duel. It's like, all right, come on, get as much heal as you can. Get all the healing. We got Salt, we got ourselves Rosie and Kineric ready to go. So Parasite got to go through all of them at 56% dampening. That's a tall order. Not an easy one whatsoever. Got himself a charge around the corner. The Rogue able to escape, but that's going to be Glaives getting thrown in. I think I'll Draki potentially, right? Into a Sigil of Fear on one side, Blind on the other. And Rose is still marked. The mark does nothing. It's mostly cosmetic though, I think. Pretty sure. Sab to follow. And he's just going to try to see if he can avoid him. He got Disarm, he got a Vanish, he got a Kidney Shot. He just doesn't have a Trinket for a bit, so I think it was to play safe to get a Trinket back up. Parasite could always find the Rogue. He just tried to see if he can get himself a good angle. He's just hanging out by the pillar. He's perfectly fine with this pillar. This is his safety spot. He'd rather hang out here because at least I think he's got the angles on the Rogue from this angle, from this point where he stands right now. Rosie able to get himself a proper go. Got himself a bunch of coin flips, getting himself lots of damage. The Demon Hunter goes in for a flip. Got himself I-beam, big cleave potentially. Big kill sprint by the Rogue. It is a lot of damage. Parasite taking lots of hits. He got blurs. He's able to reduce some of it. The Rogue able to pistol shot and run away. Evasion is up right now. He's got to vanish in case he needs to. But he won't be able to get out of the CC easily, especially if it's a stun. Matter to immune. The Rogue's backing up out of there. The Rogue got a lot of mobility. He's got a cloak in case he needs to. What is happening? Did you take a selfie? Wait, did you just take a selfie? Hold on a second. What is that? What that was? He just put his weapon up in the air. Like it's just like, all right. He put his fist up in the air. What is that? As it's gonna be stunned out of the Demon Hunter. Big blade dance. Do you have a second stun? Kidney shot. Hold on a second. Yeah, I think Rosie won that one. Pretty sure. Yeah, picking up 3. Well done, well done. That was a tough one. Did you take a selfie? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. What? Okay, all good, all good. All right, let's get another one going. The group should still hopefully be there. If we're missing somebody, let me know. We'll help you guys get a +1. Otherwise, we'll get back in there. I did? Oh, that's BM. Oh, man. You don't see the camera thing anymore. You used to be able to actually see them raise the camera in the air. But you literally don't see the camera thing at all. You just see them raise it up for a second. Take a look at the usual queue over the pop. All right, Light and Chicago, let me know when you guys are ready. I'm gonna queue again. Last one. All right, Salt, thank you so much for popping in, man. Appreciate you. So we'll need an extra then. Or for Team Boris, got it? Yeah. Cool. Conan, if you're looking for a group, they're open right now over in the under Raids Legacy. They're open at the moment. Both groups are open. So if you guys want to join in, spots are available for either one. You got Chicago's group and you got Lights group now. Only one spot now. But you got a body. You got a spot. So if you want to be the body to fill that one spot, you're more than welcome to. We're always listed in Legacy Raid section. So you guys are more than welcome to join us. Anybody and everybody is welcome. And I think did I save that? Just I'm gonna save it. I think I'll just save that clip. The audio clip, but I'll do it again. Nice, and we're good. And we're set. Beautiful. Some outlet gear. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun, if anything. I'm gonna do hook point. Rook. I'm gonna do Rook. Yeah. Beautiful. It's a lot. You don't need a lot of gear to Boris. You just need like 8% haste in PvP at most. Because then you're playing the ambush build in most cases than not. And then the rest of it can be crit master versatility. So you probably have enough gear. You just need a little more haste. So you don't have 0 haste. But you don't need a lot. especially when you play the ambush build. All right, I sent the queue. I don't know what happened. I might need to resend it again. I'll give it a second. But yeah. Yeah, that one I do think probably, yeah, sub probably should. Like equally skilled and equally geared to rogues. Playing to win, outlaw versus subtlety. I do wonder which one would win at the end of the day. Because they're a lot more close to one another. That killing speed damage is bursty. Very bursty. Plus the between the eyes, constant like just resets on it with the coin flips too. Or if you're playing the trickster, that's also very, very strong in general. Like it just, I do wonder like if let's say you had Peekaboo playing a 1 spec and then Peekaboo versus Peekaboo, equally geared Peekaboo, equally skilled Peekaboo, like 2 or Waz, right? Peekaboo versus Waz, LAN, no lag, right? One is outlaw, hard commit, the other is subtlety, hard commit. Best out of 5, who wins? I would like to know. I think that'd be interesting. In terms of not player versus player, but rather spec versus spec, I guess. You know what I mean? I think that'd be neat. That's like as close to equal skill rogue that I could probably imagine, but you could probably get it as equal as it possible. Alright, switch. Got ourselves Conan over for the team too. All right, to go. We got Kineric, we got Rosie immediately out and about, a drone Russian with Star Claws, as well as we're way in the back skulking. We got Chills on this team. I like the purple, playing Unholy this time. Dura over at Marksman, Demoniac. We got us on Chicago and Zero Faith immediately sent into the Lion's Den with these rogues. Goes in for disarm. Got himself a bit of CC onto Rosie, forced to trick it out of the rogue, but it's an evasion. Stormbolt does break past the evasion, but he's still trying to see if he can play it through it with a killing spree. I think it's just gonna be lights, possibly. Yeah, I think it's lights. There's just not much you can do in that type of a situation, man. Twice that man got sent out to fight rogues, and it's just rogues, man. Doing what rogues do, right? Killing sprees, pistols. It's either flashing blades or coin flips. It doesn't matter. It's just like, what is this ridiculousness, man? It's not a class. They're literally like teleporting everywhere, dude. Literally nothing I can do, man. Yeah, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. It is like, actually, I feel like maybe his arms you can maybe do something, but like, yeah, like as a Fury, you can't hit a formation. You can Stormbolt. I guess there's Fear, but he took it out of the Fear and he just keeps going at it. I guess you could stun, put some pressure on him and disarm him maybe off that stun, but it's like, it's just a lot, dude. It's just a lot. Dura's got himself in a decent spot here. He got himself parked with the freezing trap waiting for him. So Rosie, being a rogue, you know that there's, or you sap and run into a freezing trap, but you do that on purpose just so you can trade the cooldowns. Stun for stun, trade CC, hold on, you're still trading. He can't attack, you can't attack, but it's okay. Shot and meld. That's actually a move. Hold on, that's actually a move. We saw that yesterday. Are you gonna do the same thing again? Sap and run through just to get the trap. That is a move, because just saw your mount, pet, you got a mole. Your mole is still asleep. I was gonna say for a second, like, why is that thing asleep while you're getting attacked by a rogue? Got traps waiting for you. Chimeric poison coursing through your veins. It's gonna silence a rogue. Doesn't really prevent any of their damage. Volley down for Durasa. Expect the rogue to get on top of you, but the rogue is chilling back there. He's got the pet that he's just messing with for a second. Double pet, triple pets. This guy's not a marksman. He's literally Beastmaster in that situation. Binding shot catches you. If you can get a disarm on him, disarm is actually huge against a marksman because it does stop the rapid fires. But Rosie with an evasion able to at least stay on top of Dursa, but it's going to be a turtle as long as you don't let the rogue catch a reset marked with a hunter's mark. Cloak Shadows could let him reset the hunter's mark, but he doesn't have advantage to follow up. Blind at least get himself a bit of a breather behind the pillar. Disarm is huge, by the way, against Hunter. You could disarm him and a lot of his damage goes out of the window. Does disarm him, step to get on top of the guy. He does back out for a second into a defensive. Cloak of Shadows for Rosie, able to dodge some of the attacks of the Hunter, at least able to control the fact that you won't be frozen. Scatter for a second, kill shots are hurting. Stun to fall, it does have a trinket into an aim shot, unless you got someone for it. Killing spree is a last ditch effort, but he just needs one more shot into a freezing trap to stop him. Oh man, there's no shot he planned for that freezing trap, but he's just in a perfect spot. Unless he's literally that big brained. Unless he literally just calculated that perfectly. He placed it there for a specific reason. He knowing that the rogue is gonna skulk away, but he knew that he was gonna lure the rogue to this side of the area. From one rogue to the next though, man. From Rosie, the fate-bound outlaw, to where the trickster ambusher. It's just not easy, dude. Dursa needs a camo, but I love your pet, by the way. That thing looks great. Look at that thing. That thing is a mount. Tell me you have a mount on that thing, too. That's gotta be my favorite mount from Mr. Pandari remix. I know there's all these rare mounts, but then look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's so good. It is so good. As Dursa does at least get himself a moment here, able to sleep, spent literally taking a nap. Look at the animation of this thing. It's got like all these animations when he goes to sleep. I just hope he doesn't stay asleep as you're waddling around. Another sap. I think he tried to have a go. I think it was maybe a cheap shot. He might have cheap shotted you there, right? Stun onto where does have a human Rachel, shrink it out. Massive killing spree. Wall for Dursa is going to be yet another CC onto the rogue as he got an evasion. Tried to slow him down, flare down, but the rogue got so many images on you. Back to back, not letting you go anywhere. Getting a shot right after. Freezing trap. Dursa needs something here. Needs to separate from the guy. Anything. Nah, it's over. Flash and Blade taking him out, cleaving him down with Chicago. Rushing, not really rushing. I think he's trying to give him as much of an auto as possible. As much of an auto as he can get it. Well done, well done. That is so much pressure, man. So cute. It is great, isn't it, Heaven? It is such a good looking mount, dude. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. It's so small. And I love the way it moves. It's just like jittering as it walks. Actually my favorite mount. Actually the best. Are you just moseying over to the eye? He's just letting you walk up to the eye. Looks so puntable. Not wrong. Just don't punt the goat. But Chicago, you need to make sure you're not slow walking. You're RP walking. There's going to be a lot of damage out of the rogue than Chicago with a bloodlust, but he's still left walking. Got to make sure to disable walking. I think unless Word just needs to just stop running and just PvE him down. Because he literally can't move. Now he can walk. Now he can walk. Just arm really quickly onto Chicago. Still holding onto a wall until a little bit later. Got himself the totem. Still pulsating. With plenty of wolves. Is going to be the shield dropping in. We're trying to see if he can puncture through it. Puncture through shield, no problem. Wall out for Chicago. As it's going to be a static totem. Keeping Word in place. He could cloak it, but it's going to be last before he catches him. Trinket, blind, Chicago. That's going to be a full cloak of shadows for the rogue. Maybe you can Wind Fury him down, but the rogue got plenty of pressure on you. Sunder, last second, hold on. And does it a lava lashing him at the end. Oh my god, that was close. That's actually pretty close between the two. My god, got himself a healing surges. Are you actually the whole entire team, dude? Double the Feral and the Warrior. All of them giving him proper honor, though. Look at that. I didn't realize we had two Ferals on one team, by the way. But I do appreciate the honorable matches, though. I do appreciate at least giving Chicago a breather before you literally claw him into claw his existence apart. Before you just absolutely tear him a new one. As this is going to be claws opening up. Immediate incarnation Chicago. Able to at least start walking around. Hopefully not. Still walking. Still walking. Is that a slow or is that proper just RP walk? It just bites after bites, man. Like, what can you do? What can you do in that situation? Earth yelling, no wall. Just has to make a sick out of a play. Blind immediately, but Chills trinket out of Circles. You're just going in, just trying to see whatever momentum he's got as a feral dude, just taking it on to Chills. Now it's going to be second stun by that pet. Full army of undead surrounding Starclaws. Bardock Skin, Heart of the Wild, helping you live, but your health bar is still going down. You need a heal. Wall does not get to a wall. I think he was trying to see if he could maybe escape past Chills, then save the wall after. Conan immediately getting gripped in as Chills just needs to get that death strike off of him, and is going to use the mount movement speed in order to break away from the guy. Trying to see if he can cut him out. The horse of the Death Knight definitely gives him quite a bit of mobility to work with. As the Warrior has got plenty to work with too. Avatar apparently rolling now. Was that just proper Avatar use, or is that the what's it called? Oh, Void Elf, Rachel. I was thinking for a second, like, why is he not hanging out? I was like looking for Chill Pills over there in that starting area, but no, Chills just got out of there as a Valve. I kind of like this Valve play, by the way. Stonebolt out of Conan, got him some big defensive. Chill straight gets out and just waddled away from Conan, trying to separate away from the warrior so he doesn't get those bloodthirsts back to back. It's going to be effect for Conan for a second. And Chills got himself the AMS. I don't know, Lichborn potentially? I think it's Lichborn on top of it. Is going to be a cheap death for him as he gets super low. Is going to steal some health from Conan. Big death goes though, getting lots of damage. Conan had no health whatsoever. Just sees a couple more glowing shadows, letting those pets attack him. Letting the squad barrage him with shadow balls. Death and decay on either side. Kineric literally cannot walk in. I don't know if you got many bandages, but if you get first aid bandages, those are huge. Try to see if you can waddle away before the Feral opens. IBF immediately, but all the Feral needs to do is sink those dots into the Death Knight and just let him rot. Chill's able to force pressure back on the Kineric. Keeping him in bear form, I think, is the only thing you can do. I think literally going full out, all aggression in the opener is the play. I don't think there's a wrong move there at all. I think that is literally the correct play. Bardskin out for Kineric, got himself a wall here, just tanked up versus a sub-rogue. Trinket really early for the rogue, so maybe Kineric could go for a bash or main, but under a ton of pressure, still just forced to stay in bear form, and once he goes to cat form, eats a big eviscerate right after, able to at least dot Demoniac. He got Cloak, he's got Vanishes, he's got Shadow Strike to get him back over to Kineric. Kineric is again going to be stuck in bear form. That's literally all he can do. I don't think it matters anymore. Blind, he just needs one good hit. He's literally dancing. Hold on. He's super confident. Shadow Strike. Yeah. I think he went Trickster that time around, right? Yeah, could have ground everything. That is rough. Chills does pick up 2, man. That was a hard fought battle, though. Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? Pressing the walk around button, but I couldn't tell the difference. Yeah, exactly, Chicago. Exactly. I feel that, man. I feel that. Yeah. You just tap it and you're like, I'm moving fast. It doesn't matter. I'm slow anyway. Oh man, yeah, I feel that. The only reason I could tell is like the animation, but like when you're in the mix of things, right? You're not looking at the animation, you're just looking at your cooldown, seeing like what do you have. But yeah, I just got the angle though. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I can even tell. Alrighty, let me know when you boys are both ready, and we'll get another going. Where are the casters? We had a few casters over yesterday on EU. Today, we do have a lot of melee, don't we? I didn't even think about it. I might switch up to my caster. The warrior's not built for this. If you want a vortex, yeah, they can hold you a spot. If you want to do that, they can definitely hold you a spot, man. We'll queue again, but if you are trying to switch up, do it now before we queue. I'll give it like 30 seconds. Whatever you want to do, my man. But also the matchups is pretty bad, right? As long as you don't go into a rogue first, you might be alright. Who knows, right? Like the doggo, which rogues do so lame. Hey man, you know you gotta take the punch. You gotta. I can't control how rogues duel. You know what I mean? They're playing to win. I know that people don't like rogues, but also rogues do get a lot of like, bad rep just for like, oh, rogue switching. Got it. We'll give you a second, and whichever teams you were on, Chicago or Light, Warrior just gonna switch over to another to a caster. Open up the group in LFG and just kind of wait for the guy. When you do join the group, let them know, hey, I'm the Warrior. This is me on my alt. Can I get an invite, like in a note or whatever when you sign in? So wait for him. We'll give you a proper opportunity to play on whatever you bring, my man. But yeah, rogues do get a lot of bad rep for those, man. I'm telling you, as a rogue, it's not like I give rogues that much of like, you know. I gave rogues grief for a good bit of years too, but like I don't know, it just kind of. I got over it, I guess. I got over myself with that. Is the warrior wearing the undressed transmog as not wearing a lot of gear? You can transmog so you wear nothing. You don't have to wear pants, chest, or anything, right? It's part of the transmogs. I'm assuming he's fully geared, but it'd be wild if he just didn't have a chest piece or anything. Because someone no geared as well, that'll be more confident. No, it's all mogs, man. There's no shot. That'd be awesome. Like that's more like a Wrath of the Lich King thing, I guess, yeah? Because wearing literally... I'm trying to remember when transmogs came in. That was a mop. Not mop. Too late. I think Wrath was too early with Kata, right? Kata is when transmog became a thing, right? I don't remember anymore, dude. Kata, okay. Yeah, so like Wrath, BC, Classic. Where you see nobody with the items, or nobody wearing the gear. That's like the only way you can really tell. Yeah, that or they're using like a toy or an item like the furball thing that makes him look like a furball. Then it's like you can't really tell. Yeah. Let me know when you're ready, my guy. I'm full green and some purple. Let's go, dude. Back then you had to have an enemy inventory to transmog. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, you actually had to have it in your inventory. You didn't add to your collections, and you had to put it in your void storage if you wanted to hold on. Like once your bank got full, you would actually put stuff in void storage. When was the last time you used that? You unmugged yourself. It's really funny and entertaining. On this character, I mean, this guy is like just a spectator character. I could put up a mog. I was literally had like a spectator, like full on, like, you know, one of those guys like when you have a boxing match and there's a dude who's a referee. He's got a bow tie. He's got a full like dress shirt, pants, all that, right? Not the UFC kind, but like original boxing kind. That's what I have on my hunter. Well, that or the summer outfit, one of those two, or like a mix of both. I think I have that plus a floaty. Just a safety floaty. What's your favorite smoke spec right now? Eric, I gotta say Outlaw is kind of Outlaw kind of pumps, but yeah, I'm assuming Chicago is all good now. Yeah, so I think we'll swap. Let's do another Nagrand. I like Outlaw. It's really fun. Subtlety and Assassin also pipe though. Like they're pretty fun. I just wish they didn't like have us so undertuned and like really. I wish we got some actual development time throughout the beta and the alpha, because we got zero time. They just like messed up our talent tree, and then for months it was just nothing. Like 2 months it was just nothing, and then we're like, all right, I guess we'll throw some stuff in, buff you guys by 20, 30, 40%, and it was like, okay, I guess at least I do damage now. But that's some good stuff. They got some quality updates coming in very, very soon for 20th anniversary. Not only are we getting that updated Bloodfang set, which looks so good as a rogue, dude. Wow. If Bloodfang is on the menu, that's how you know it's a good rogue update, man. That's all we need. That's not a lot. I just did a cool mog, and my class do not feel like ass, but it feels better. And we got some of those updates coming up too down the pike. Those will probably be really good too. It's like, looks like they're actually putting some effort into us. It's like a little late, but better than never, right? So rogue is a lot of fun. I like Outlaw, but I like all three specs. I mostly play Outlaw right now for most everything. Keep it rolling keeps me busy. It's a lot going on there as is. Switch. But I've been playing Assassin Subtlety a little bit. Gotta keep them both on top shape for rating and stuff. Chill pills over for the team one, rushing out versus Conan, meeting each other, blinds him off the bed, they're throwing slate in his face. And there's gonna be immediate avatar, immediate berserk out of Conan, but he's surrounded by the army of undead, and Chill Pill's nowhere to be found. He's trying to reconnect with a leap, but a stun and Chill's just perfectly fine, kiting him out, letting him deal with the army of undeads. Because they do a lot of damage. If we can just keep Conan over there next to those undeads, that's perfect. Because Chills does take a lot of damage from physical hits. Just a ton. IBF together with Legendborn does the most amount of defenses he's got, summoning up even more mages than Conan, and barely hanging on with the last barely health. Got himself one final round to Chills to shatter his eardrums, putting a bleed on the guy. Rosie does get hit with a Death and Decay. Chilpa's left with like no health though. Sacrificing the ghoul, disarmed, he's got a death pack. If he can somehow avoid the rogue, that Death and Decay is at least helping a little. But look at Rosie, guys were saying like Moggs, he's not wearing the gear. Yeah, Rosie, literally no gear. Void operation to break away by the rogue with a grapple hook. Blind on kill space huge. Trinket and stuns it. I don't know if you can walk away from the guy. I think you might just need to commit offensives. I don't know if there's anything you can do in that situation. Yeah, the rogue still had an evasion and a cloak, so you had plenty of defenses to just keep on and keeping on. It is not easy with rogues, man. It is not easy. They really made Outlaw like fairly tanky right now. Sap in Chicago, cheap shot to follow. Does go for the knockback. Is going to be the rogue immediately rushing in with an evasion. Couple of shadow strikes back to back. Chicago immediately burning off that Draenei Racial to get a bit of healing and trying to trap Rosie in that static totem, keeping him in place, keeping him in focus. And Rosie got plenty of pistols, disarmed right after. Plenty of damage for follow through. Chicago taking hits after hits with those pistol shots. And that's a shot him out for Rosie. Chicago got a bit of healing. Shield is available. Blind just to make sure that Chicago can't even get a heal. He got a pretty hefty shield, but your healing is completely denied right now. And Rosie might just have enough here. Oh, or just wait for the shield to be gone? What is that shield happening? What happened with the shield? Did the totem just stop working? There was a full shield. What? Wait, go look at team one. Wait. Huh? What are bugs? What are these? What am I supposed to see here? Team 1 is out here. Is it team 2 that I'm supposed to look at? Or team 1? I'm not even sure, dude. Wait, what? Wait, did they all leave? Or what? What happened? Oh. Did they leave or did they not leave? I can't even tell. Or are they just cowering? Oh no, they didn't leave. Okay. It looked like they did the animation for like surrender. I thought they literally all surrendered. I had no idea. Oh, okay. Then Rosie's still holding on though. It's still out here. Where's the demoniac? He's got Vort. We got ourselves Team Demoniac. We got ourselves Durasa. Team was slash fearing. That's an animation. I thought they literally click like, you know how you can go click the eyeball and you click surrender and your character goes into this like frightened animation state. I didn't realize there was like a full emote for it. I had no idea. But Demoniac hanging out one eye, Rosie hanging out the other eye. Both rogues have cooldowns back up and available, so it should be as close of a match as it can be. Rosie just out here, literally naked. Demoniac mostly naked. You got just like a little bit of a, what are they called? I don't even know what they're called in training pros, but like a robe thing. Such fear, outrogues are scary. Fair enough, yeah. Everyone traumatized. I mean, the rogue literally walked in. He had a cloak still. He had evasion. He literally just trucking damage. And it's like, that's a lot. And then the shaman totem, I don't know what happened there. The stone bulwark totem was there. It was surrounding Chicago. I thought we were perfectly fine. For some reason, shield fell. Rosie jumped Chicago. Chicago pressed a wall because it's like, well, I got to do something here. And it didn't even matter. Like the rogue just punctured right through it. I don't know what happened to the totem. Unless the totem just stopped working because Chicago was sapped. I'm not even sure. I've never seen that before. That or the totem timed out. I'm really not sure. That or the shield that the totem provides is actually shorter in duration than the totem buff. So as you picking up the eye, trying to make a play. Demonic sees you, should be able to get a sap unless you can get a gouge. Cheap shot into immediate trinket by Rosie. Evasion to follow. Disarm onto Demoniac. And a blind to follow. Demonic is just trying to escape. He didn't send a lot of cooldowns. Rosie has grapple hooked up. So you can always grapple around. Fan, cheap shot. Knows he wants to get the rogue out in the open. Trinkets himself. And that's going to be disarm onto Rosie. He still has weapons though. He doesn't really need his weapons. Cloak shot is to follow. Massive killing for Demoniac with a cloak and an evasion. Rosie grappling out. Second grapple to follow. Does have a vanish. Demonic trying to find you. Cheap shot is super DR'd though. I think he's also very DR'd on you, but you got pistols and you got the range. So he's able to back away. He got a second vanish available, so does Demoniac. And you're just cutting him out. Look at that. Getting the shot. Is that enough though? He's trying to have a go. Full secret technique, but it's not enough apparently. Rosie has a disarm, has a vanish in case he needs to. Did you leave Rosie bleeding though with a rupture? That's what you need. So yeah, he does have him bleeding with a rupture. Eyes are available on either side. And Rosie knows that at some point Demonic is going to skulk and is going to get the opener unless he can somehow escape. Grapple out. He strikes to you. Whoever going to get the first stun, I think, might win this one. Cheap shot, but Demoniac. Rosie, I think, lives this. It is another cheap shot. Vanish. And he keeps it dotted. Eyes are available. Rosie did not take a lot of damage there. Demonic still has Shadow Blades and everything. So Rosie has a trinket coming up very, very soon. Demonic trinket in about a minute. Disarm available for either one. Kills me back up for Rosie. But him being bled out by the sub-rogue, I think is what gives sub-rogue an advantage here. Unless you randomly just like flare him or flurry him. And that's going to be disarm. Kidney shot right after. Try to ignore him. Kidney shot. Not enough. Demonic may need someone to follow up here. Another cheap shot. Disarm. He's got evasion. Doesn't matter. Evasion ignored with that stun. As long as you get another stun, he's doing a lot of damage to you. Try to go for a kill spree. It's somehow bugged out. I'm not sure what happened. Blind available for Rosie very, very soon. Another grapple hook. You can blind him. Blind. You're not going to be able to catch an easy reset though. But you can run. You got an evasion very, very soon. Trinket available. He was far away. He can't even step to you. He can't strike towards you. And I think you might be able to catch a reset. Trinket available. Evasion up. Cheap shot on the Demoniac. You're able to reverse it on him. He still doesn't have a trinket. Massive between the eyes hits there. He blinds, but he won't be able to sap you. Oh, yeah. He managed to follow. Cheap shot. Isn't enough, though. Rosie has a Cloak of Shadows in case they need to. Kidney shot. Trinket on Demoniac. You have a Cloak of Shadows. Disarm very, very soon. Grappling away. Oh, but he does catch you. He does catch you at the end. Cheap shot, super DR'd. Immediate disarm on a Demoniac. Trying to see if he can get himself out of this situation. Trinket for Whir, and it's a killing spree. The killing spree that Rosie used, I think at the time Demoniac had an evasion, so it just like ignored. I think when the first initial killing spree gets dodged, it like breaks. I don't know what happened there. I think that's literally what happened there. If that killing spree did not break, I think that would have been a completely different game. Blizzard, get on that. Fix that really quick. That would be great. Durasa trying to go for a bit of a heal. volley down right into Whir as he's back in there. Trinket, turtle shell immediately as he's just gonna take that momentum and just transfer it onto that little mole rat. That little pet. Got him some full burst. Killing Peter Follow. Durasa, are you durable enough for this? Got him some wall here into a big explosive onto Whir. And it's going to be a rapid fire, but it's just barely doing any damage compared to the rogue's ambushes and hidden strikes. Is going to have a knockback. Charges back in with that finisher now. Into a quick scatter. Tar trap to at least root him out. Rapid fire to follow. Isn't enough though. Flare down for a second. We're trying to get himself an angle. Grapple hooking around. Ambushes are available. He's got the flurries. He's got the slashes. He just needs one good hit. He knows he's going to get frozen or stunned. He just needs to charge in. Aim shot. Last thing, step, hold on, into a feint. Oh, yeah, takes it. Barrages out of the mage, that's all he needs. Big Evo. He got disarm. I guess he could try to disarm the mage, right? That's a classic. That's a classic play. The mage trying to see if he can reposition himself around Whir, but he's got mobility. Lots of mobility. Catches a reset and just walking past the mage into a sap. That's pretty good. Into immediate first aid. Do you have the bad first aid or the actual bandages? You gotta get real bandages. Real auction house bandages. Because normal first aid, I think, does nothing. Actually, probably next to nothing. You need real bandages. Big kill spear onto the mage. He does get himself a shield. Big slashes. Big flashy blades. Cloaker shot is for Whir. Vortex. He's got himself full burst, but he can't really do much. Hazard blocked us. Doesn't matter. The rogue just cuts him down. Yeah. The rogues are a menace. Look, between Rosie and Whir, dude, the outlaw dream. It is alive and kicking. Look at the amount of Rosie healing he did. He does so much damage on DCD. Exactly. Exactly. Rogue's got abilities that are happening in between of CDs, dude. He's got Between the Eyes, which actually strikes you with the dispatch. It doesn't matter if he's a male or not. It just hits you in between the GCDs. It's like he cues an ability and it's like automatically happens in a way. It is wild. It is a lot of damage. The outlaw dream is real though. Okay, maybe makes sense of Blizzard why they're trying to nerf it, but like, you don't sub and assassin I think is still a little bit more competitive in solos. Like you have a lot more of those guys playing those specs than outlaw. At least for now, maybe. No block, yeah. You literally just have to save like 2 DCDs just to make sure you can block safely. Otherwise, like if you just like lock the DCD, that's over. It could just happen in an instant. It is wild. Light, we got a 5 ready. Light's ready. Chicago, are you ready? I think we got maybe a time for like 1 or 2 more. We'll see how we do. Boris's group, but Chicago's group there. Need 1. So if you guys want to join in, +1 if you guys want to join. I don't know if you got a guy swapping. Need 1? Okay. So they got listed under Molten Core. So if you want to join, they got a spot in Molten Core. If you guys want to join in, more than welcome to. Murug is the best. Fatebound is better for more bursts, but keeping consistent damage. Yeah, that's what I've been playing myself as Fatebound. But Trickster Light is very, very adamant about Trickster being the better one. And Trickster got a lot of burst. That killing spree combo is, I mean, it's juiced. Beast. Rogue is the beast. Hell yeah, dude. Not best. Ain't that good. But Rogue is the beast. Oh, you joining in as the beast? Okay. I see what you mean now. I see what you mean. Let's do Light Sword Chicago. I gotta retype that. I don't know what to send you guys into. Lord Iran. Team Liquid got caught exploiting with the RK mage fired up. Did they really? Was fired up doing? Did they just find now? Is it breaking news? Is that what happened? Hold on a sec. Big open map. We can't do too big of an open map. Can't do too big of a map because it just gets duels get a little bit weird for like Tolveron Arena and stuff like that, right? Yeah, what happened, Joshua? Hold on, is this breaking news? Using Spellslinger stack exploit? Hello? Hold on a second. No way. Hold on, did they kill a boss with it or something? Or is it just were they killing bosses using that? Hold on. Are we just finding it out now? Wait, it's controversial. Wait, they are banking everyone from their chat for pointing it out. Are they banning? No shot. No way. I'm sure I'm sure somebody bought it in my guild Discord. I'm sure the word is gonna get around If they're banning people for it, that's Streisand effect, man. Wait, that's Streisand effect. You shouldn't do that. You probably shouldn't do that. You should spell rumor, but not Streisand. Uh-oh. Which, that's interesting. I'm probably gonna see it on Twitter. Wow, Twitter. It's all over Twitter. I watched it live. Live and got banned. Really? Did he get banned, or are they still going? Or did he actually get banned as a fired up get banned? Is that what happened? I want to know now. I'm interested. Arcman gonna be first up. We'll get back to Duels for now. We'll talk about that stuff later. Versus Vortex, and he hits him with a full ring of fire. He's got himself the zonal build. Nothing? Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. Interesting, dude. Got himself the vocation for Vortex, knocking Arcman back. He's trying to go for a proper surge. He's getting disrupted, locked out with an ice block just to be extra safe, but he's not going for the block to heal. Instead, he's just going to go for even more damage. Missiles right after Matt taking a lot of damage right now, but not nearly as much as Vortex is getting hit for. Got himself a meld real quick. Vortex built up for quite a bit of damage, but can that damage go anywhere? Got himself an Invisible Blizzard down for a second, trying to see if he can get around Arcman here for a moment. He may need to sit down for some food. I think that's exactly what he's doing right now. He's literally hanging over into this cubby hole. You have food though. He has food. Arcman, if he's not careful enough, he's not fast enough. Hopefully his team is letting him know. Yo, back here, ping him. As he got himself a little bit of shielding, a little bit of healing, got himself a bit of an interrupt. Trying to go for a cooldown reduction, but ring of fire into a ring of fire for the both of them right now. As Arcman getting blasted with a couple of those missile hits. Arcman trying to see if he can get himself an angle here. A full burst is available for Vortex. Maybe it's enough. Got himself a Frostfire Bolt. But does he have the angle though? Does he have himself a proper go here at all? As he got himself a icebox still, he's got plenty of defenses. Vortex charging in, does go for an interrupt here. Arcman used to get himself the flurry set up and everything. He wants to get himself a proper go here. As Vortex is just running around the guy right now. Just right in circles. Quick Evo. With Arcman, has he used a Comet Storm? He needs to get himself a proper Comet Storm set up and everything. Vortex just out here casting those arcane blasts in his face, or rather missiles rather. So it's an opportunity for him to get interrupted. Ring of Fire, knocking him up in the air. Meteor down, does get into position. Arcman getting kind of low in health. Got himself another Invis here, so he's got himself one more defensive. Might just do the same thing the Vortex is doing. Run towards the corner, maybe sit down for food. He might need to use the cubby, and Vortex is right there waiting for him. Arcman sitting down, Barrage take him out. He has nowhere to go. I think he's just going to be blocked, right? He got Ultra. Block, yeah. There's just no way. And Arcman at least able to recover himself a little bit of health too. Can you back? Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna get to talk. I'm sure I'm gonna get to hear about it from my, we might go want to pop in a Discord later today. Arcman got himself not in a great position. He's kind of just stuck in the room. He literally just stuck in the room. He just tried to see if he can land a poly. That's all he's got. Maybe an interrupt, maybe some mobility. He's getting knocked back in. I think Vortex at this point is just bullying him. He's trying to see if he can waddle out of there. Vortex is literally not even letting him go at all. He's just stuck back there completely, knocking the team around. The team is at least holding himself back. Burst off for Vortex once again. If he gets himself a proper go with the, he needs to get himself those arcane blasts in too, to make sure that the spark does its full amount of damage. Whether you get just a bomb or whether you hard cast arcane blast, whatever you got, man. As he does go for a quick interrupt. Arcman got himself at least a bit of a positional with a poly. And he's got himself a go right now. This would be a pretty good time to do it. Frostbomb, as long as you get the flurry. You got to make sure you get the flurries on. Flurry, Meteor, I think maybe clips Vortex, as he got himself a full burst, but Art got himself lots of instances. Oh, hold on a second. I think he might just win. Just those instances alone, and last hit, I think it's literally just a proc at the end. Does end up taking him with Demoniac charging in. Arc, immediate ice block for the guy. So Arc does end up getting the kill there. Covers the tail end, just waiting out. Demoniac the slash cries in front of the guy. Nova him out immediately. Got himself at least a poly to follow. Demoniac with a vanish immediately. It shows it's going to be a ring of fire. Breath does not connect at all. Keep me on Arcane. There could have been an ultra back. So sad. Is that what happened? Oh, okay. Wait, interrupted or major arcane is actually sometimes deadlier than interrupted or major frost at that point, then yeah? Literally ultra, you can ultra back. Wait, I guess I was gonna say, could you right click the buff maybe to remove it? But I think it just removes the ultra at all, doesn't it? Demoniac trinkets and lands a sap at the whir. Hold on a second. Hold on a moment. That's a ballsy trinket. I need to know what the hell is happening here. Cloak of Shadows, immediate disarm of the Demoniac. And we're using human racial here. So both rogues, both tricksters, slashing blades at each other. You can see flashing blades just left and right. Blind as were. And Demonic, I think, has himself full advantage here. He is going to catch a reset, Shadow Strike onto Whir. He's going to step after him, full dots onto Whir. He's got himself a kill spree. Demonic at least able to cloak some of the damage. Maybe he can dodge some of those strikes of kill spree. Disarm for disarm. Whir still got himself the gun, and he's able to keep pistol in the guy. Next stun, I think, is going to be winner here, unless Demonic got no damage. He's got a kidney. He got sack, he's got dance last second, but he just did not have the dance through the entirety of that kidney. And maybe I think Whir potentially takes it. He's got himself some resets, ambushes. Gouge really quick for Whir, for Demoniac. I'm switching wrong people completely. My bad, dude. I'm giving you guys whiplash, but cheat death the Demoniac, and Whir I think takes it. That's not him going for that one last run through, one last dispatch, taking him out. The Rogue versus Rogue duels, man. The Outlaw versus Sub. I've actually been enjoying them a lot. Classic matchup, Rogue versus Mage. Yeah, exactly. Those gotta be some of my favorites, man. Who's up next? Is it Durisa? Is it DJSV? Or is it Chicago? It is gonna be Durisa up next. Flare down versus Whir. Last time the two dueled each other, I think Whir is the one. What a sap. I honestly thought the pet was gonna get you back into combat, but that was a hell of a sap. That step last second into a sap, avoided a freezing trap on top of it. Not only did it land a sap, but avoided a freezing trap that I'm seeing over there. Hold on a second. What was that? Go. Picking up the eyes. Should be able to get himself a proper go versus Rogue. Stunned by the pet. Rapid fire. Does go for the trinket. Does not have evasion. He needs to get himself line of sight immediately. That is going to be him charging out the pet, but it puts him back out in the open. It's a kill. I think it's over. I think that kill shot is over. He's dotted. And he's just taking lots of damage. Feign death really quick for Duris. A killing spree, but it's just barely alive. Cloak of Shadows, he's just sprinting after him, but he's got the pets after him. The disarm. I was gonna say, like, what if he's gonna live, dude? Just a cloaked menace charging out of the hunter. Flare down. Can Eric still get him proper opener onto Durisa? Trinket for trinket. That is gonna be freezing trap to get trinket out of Kineric with a full turtle for Durisa. If only you had manic bandages. First aid doesn't do anything. You have Moonfire, you have Rips striking you. If only you had manic bandages like survival hunters do, then you could at least remove the bleeds, but it is rough. And for a little bit, we're actually thinking of giving manic bandages to like non-survival hunters. Like Beastmaster, I think for a very short time, maybe on like a PTR, had manic bandages. But then they were like, all right, back to survival only. And it's like, what? That was such a good idea though. Hold on a second. I think at the time BM had the what's it called? It's like a specialty pet, like a mastery pet or something. It gave him like spirit bond, right? It's a spirit beast, I think it's called. Give him spirit bond, give him a big heal. But I think they nerfed it a bunch though. It's only DPS, no heal takes allowed for the time being. Yeah. Then again, with these rogues out here, dude, with these feral druids, these guys are super giga tanky. To be fair. DJS, we try to see if we can find the guy. Flares down. And Kineric at this point, he doesn't want to roam. He's just fine hanging out by his corner flare. He's actually going to hang out by the flare because it's like he's going to be in the most obvious spot. If DJSV is like, okay, I'm going to drop a flare, definitely the Pharaoh is going to be as far away from the flare as possible, right? Kineric was perfectly fine hanging out in that corner. But he got himself the opener. DJSV, freeze the trap. Oh, as it goes in first stun. That was such a good angle. But DJSV, he was in the perfect spot exactly when he needed to. Harpoon onto Kineric. Sounds him right after a binding shot. He knows he's going to want to run at the hunter or away. And he has him perfectly in that sentinel. Wall this damage off. DJSV will need to use defenses in order to keep himself alive. The more damage he does to Kineric, the bigger the shield he can build up. That actually helps stave off a portion of that bleed damage. The harder he can hit him to get that sentinel debuff on Kineric, the better he can deal with that dot damage. Look at that shield. It's absorbing so much of the damage. It's getting so much value. It's like a very small shield, but it does a lot. Big explosive onto the hunter, or onto the feral at the end there. DJSV is still taking so many hits. Rosie immediately just ambushing from an angle though. Doesn't give him a chance. Immediate cheap shot. Chicago clapping. Or try to see if we can clamp down the rogue with a Primordial for a flame shock, but Cloak of Shadows for the rogue. Immediately avoids it, and he gets himself a proper go. Just make sure you're not walking on that thing, Chicago. It's almost like you're surfing on the goat, isn't it? Literally surfing on the goat. Goat surfing. That should be illegal. That goat is only struggling to keep up anybody that's like not smaller than a gnome too. And you're literally surfing. Rosie with a pistol is able to keep just absolutely shredding through the hellbar of Chicago with the disarmor. After Chicago might just have to rotate a wall here really early on. He does have a stone totem or shield totem. He's trying to see if he can build up for some damage. Wall here, Trinket to follow, just trying to keep himself alive as best as possible. Earth Elemental, just to give himself a bit of a bolster. Shields are up, but if 51% dampening does dampen, the shield's affected as that's Battle Master Trinket falling off. Does end up dropping the rogue into a playpen of his own, but he's still got a pistol and he's just gonna keep arranging you. It's not a rogue, it's not a melee class, it is literally a sub-hunter. It is almost a hunter with a pistol. It's so much range damage. You never really think about it too much until like you see it from a third-person perspective. It's like, oh yeah, that's a lot of range damage. You're thinking, oh, finally, I'll put this melee away in this little static totem so he can't hit me. And he's still just hitting you. And he's still just hitting you. Yeah. Between the eyes and pistol shot. And the fact that dispatches follow through with a pistol shot, I mean, it's a lot, man. It's a lot, isn't it? Alright, I got a lot of whispers from you guys. Hold on a second. Are we done more or are we done for the night? Because it's about that time. Ready? Beautiful. Nerk, just some games this weekend? Definitely. 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 Here we go. Yeah, I miss playing, man. I miss playing and hanging out. Are we doing more or are we done for the night, boys? Because I'm fine calling it here, man. We've had a good bit of time here. Unless you guys got more. You'd one. We could call it. No. Chicago's got a group listed. Let's get one more going. Chicago's got a group listed. Let's get a +1. Or we may not be. I think we're done. Let's roll one more, bro. Reflex said let's roll one more, but like that group fell apart by the looks of it. I just got in. Oh man. Poly, yeah. Enhancement Outlaw Hunter, gotta make the Wind Fury work. Literally, it's a rogue with Wind Fury. It literally is rogue with Wind Fury. Not even Wind Fury, it's the Wind Strikes or whatever they're called. Can you do 5v5 one day with no healers, just 5 DPS, 5 DPS? And they'll just tear each other up. 5v5 one day with no healers? Well, none of them are really healers. All of them are DPS classes, aren't they? Right? Chicago got 5? Okay, Chicago got 5. Boris needs 2 more, so if you guys want to join them. We'll give him a few minutes. They need 1 more. So we'll do 1 more. We'll do 1 more. Come on down. We want to get soloed by you? Oh, come on, man. Want to get soloed by me? Nah, dude. I don't think you do. I don't think you do. It's not fun. I play a rogue. I play the fun class. The fun class. So it's Chicago versus Reflex, yeah? Chicago and Rip. Can't type, man. Flex. Do we do a grand? A grand to finish it off? We could do that. As a protest for Blizzard to bring 5v5s back. Oh, like proper 5v5s. Instead of without healers and DPS. Obesity is in. Hey, how you doing? I don't think they would bring 5v5s again, man. I think they just want to focus in on solos, RBGs, 2s and 3s. By removing a 5v5 out of the competitive scene, I feel like they could probably balance they probably feel like they could have an easier time balancing the game around 2s, 3s, and RBGs. You know what I mean? Like less game modes, but like more refined game modes that feel good, right? I don't think they'll ever achieve proper balance, or maybe they should bring back a 5v5 bracket, right? I feel like a solo 5v5 bracket would be kind of nuts. They should do that as a brawl, right? 5v5s, but as a solo, and it just rotates and shifts around the groups, right? However many matches they need. Tol Barad? Bring back Tol Barad. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, that'd be something. Imagine Tol Barad. Bring that back as a brawl, man. I'd be okay with that, actually. I feel like there's so much potential stuff they could do, like experimental wacky things, but they could do that. Oh, it's a brawl. It's okay, just for funsies, you know, and then tune it. Which kind of had like solo RPGs as a brawl for a good bit. Haysher first up. Haysher is back in, man. The big brain is in. Look at that guy go versus Rockstar over for the team too. I am in love with this man's set. Look at the dude. Big old, just not even big. He's got a scrawny undead, but he's the perfect undead. He's got himself some random ass weapons and he literally crawled out of the dirt, grabbed what he could find, random fixtures to a fence, and he is using them to wield them as blunt objects of trauma. Just so he can unleash trauma on whoever caused him trouble, trying to avoid the volley of Void. Is able to break out of the root very, very quickly. Haster trying to see if he can put this undead back into the ground, trying to exercise the demons within him. But this man is a little walking demon. You can't exercise this. He's got plenty of exercise right now. Oh man, I love crafting these little tails on these boys. You know what I mean? Crafting a little tail based on their looks, based on the characteristics, and it's gonna be quick fear. Breaks out of it with a trick and immediate blaze to follow Haysher in the blender. Is gonna go for a disperse, trying to dampen some of the damage. Rockstar knows he's in a great position. He's gonna throw in as many many rampages into Haysher to reduce and dampen some of the health he can get, because that can help. Void Torrent around the corner for Rockstar. This is not going to be a great spot. He's got a big Void thing chasing after him. His chaser's going to walk him into that Void, dump as many DPs as he can. It's going to be a big explosion. Rockstar catching up as much healing as he can. He knows there's going to be a big explosion to follow. Haysher needs another one of those big goes onto Rockstar. He's going to be able to do it in 30 seconds. He's got himself a pet. Quite a bit of damage with Rockstar. He's able to back up out of there. I think he's still dotted for a good bit, so you see he's not able to get second wind. And that Shadow Crasher on the corner, not feeling good either. He's got to wait it out a little bit. Haysher got himself in a great spot. For Rockstar, he's got cooldowns coming back up, so maybe he can make someone work off of that stun. Get him to ignore the fade out of Haysher. As long as he can break out of the fear of Xerxes for that one. Reflect in case there's a stun to follow. Void Torrent does end up swiping it. There's still a big Void Eruption around Rockstar, but he's got a lot of offensive power. Stunned by Haysher. Does he have himself any more damage? Got himself Void Eruption. Does not get himself proper Void Eruption. Rockstar leaping out of there. Does not want to get voided down by Haysher, but at some point I think he'll have to get back in again. I think he's just waiting to give himself a breather so he can get Enrage Regen. Stun off of that. Haysher, Disperse not available for a while. Got the Aegis proccing. Quick fade for a moment, avoiding the execute. And the Rockstar able to go for the undead racial to break out of the fear. Big Void Eruption. If you could walk Rockstar back into this Void Bolts, you might be able to make some kind of a play. Avoiding those Void Bolts completely, but it does buy Haysher an opportunity to go for a quick disperse, catching up a little bit of healing. Rockstar, as long as he's dotted, second wind cannot come back up. There's going to be another pet joining in. Haysher, do you have yourself another big go versus the warrior? Stun to follow. He's got himself a big defensive here. Needs a leap. Does reconnect. Trying to swipe that health back from Haysher. Is going to get those pets slow for a moment. Doesn't land an interrupt. Catching up quite a bit of healing here too. Fear able to Zerka Rage out of it. Haysher needs himself another big go. Root onto Rockstar. Trying to go for Mind Flay Insanity. Able to interrupt the Flay Insanities. That is huge. For Haysher, that's the way he's going to get a lot of his damage from. Is those Flays Insanity. He's going to be back there attacking the Fed, get as much healing out of as possible, charge and take that momentum back into the Priest. Is able to interrupt them on Shadow. Lots of damage available for the Warrior, able to ignore any beings and see out of Haysher, and is able to rock his world to take him out. This man is out here taking out aggression and anger against anyone who comes next to him. With DJ SV going to be up next, immediately backs out, sits him in a trap with a full stun, does go for the harpoon to land the big old bird flying above the sky. Where's the bird? I can't even see it. It's just invisible for me, but not invisible for your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that just died. That is so good though. The undead warrior, man. That is a combo you don't see often because you don't have Zerka Rage as a warrior, right? But it's a good one. It is a good one. Gotta love it. It looks so good. That's what my warrior was in the EU for a good bit, man. It just looks great. Mogs look so good on it too. It's going to be DV fully dotted by Beastly. He's got Dark Glare, full dots ramped up versus DV. He can't remove him anymore. That's not a thing for a while. It's going to be port, but he's able to re-harpoon back over. He's trying to go for a hunt, trying to go for a proper setup. I think he's still proper. He is. Oh, he's Hellcaller this time. Never mind. I was thinking he was a Soul Harvester, but he's a Hellcaller. DV is able to survive these dots though. Look at that. That Sentinel shielding actually helps him out a lot. As long as he can keep the pressure onto BC and interrupt him on Shadow, that is massive. That's going to be a big shield, able to charge back in. Mad explosives, and Immortal Call is not enough. I think he was able to take him out either an explosive shot or a kill shot at the end. and is able to stay away. DJ Flex up next. I think he's gonna maybe try to give DJ SV a chance to reset, chance to recover. I don't know if you got normal bandages, mending bandages. Yeah, definitely want to get those first aid bandages because they're a lot more effective. They're a lot quicker than these bandages you got going on, the PvP ones. But at least the camo is giving them a lot of healing though, at the very least. Tolbarad 5V5 is looking back. Dude, I think it'd be hilarious if Tolbarad 5V5s. Right? That'd be insane. We need to get that area with a stair, so at least you can have some line of sight, you can knock back or something, right? So you can have a high ground. I think that would be awesome if you could do that. Seclude an area, allow us to make like walls or whatever so people stay in. I think that'd be dope, man. I think it'd be neat. Or down into the jail cells. There's some areas you can hang out in jail cells that have line of sight. Big burst onto GDSV, and Flex able to counteract them. Also playing out the Sentinel too. With Vortex going to be up next to the mage, trying to give this man a bit of an honor duel. Love it. Love the bow. Giving Flex an opportunity to recover a little bit of health. And Vortex just taking his stand to stage, literally in the center of the arena. He knows that Flex is going to be nearby. Just leaving the guy as much of an opportunity to get as much healing as possible. Love to see it, man. Love to see it. He got himself proper opener. Hanging out by the pillar as Barrage is getting slung around. Flex trying to see if he commit. Is going to go for a quick interrupt. Binding shot into Vortex. Is going to block it. Really early block. Is he Frost? No, he's not Frost. So it's a very early block. Really early. So it's going to potentially put him behind here unless he's got another go. Unless it's like a strategic block just to not deal with the burst of Flex. I don't know if he coordinated assaulted him or anything. But if you did use coordinate assault and that was a strategic block, that could be maybe alright. Does at least have the range, so Flex can't interrupt any of this. Vortex is going to have to close that gap one way or another. He sounds for a good bit. He needs something in order to be able to recover the health. Is that maybe Alter? Or I think it's nothing? No, I think it's just completely just going in natty. I think we're just trying to see if it can maybe just go in big bursts of the Flex. But with a Hunter being able to dip in and out, he's just going in only whenever he got an advantage. So that's going to be rough. Chicago up next versus Flex. I think also trying to give him an honor duel, yeah? Get your bandages out, man. Get your first aid. Literally buy some first aid bandages. How expensive are those things? There's no shot they're that expensive. Even rank 2s, man. Even rank 2s or rank 1s or whatever, man. I don't have it for you today, I guess. All good, Vortex. All good, man. Duels and solos are very, very different, to be honest. Like, to be fair. Very, very different, right? One is just you against the world. The other is you and your team against the world. So it's like very, very different. Or you and a team versus the other team. Flex immediately throwing out the grenades. Guys, get Chicago caught into that Sentinel. If you can root Chicago while they're in that Sentinel Lunar Storm ability, that bird is going to pelt the living hell out of them. It does a ton of damage, but you have to play around roots and around slows and even stuns. So if you can get somebody trapped in that thing, it's a significant amount of damage. Goes in for root just to keep Chicago in there. And that thing, look at it. Just every time it hits Chicago, it's a significant bit of damage. His cell bar really does take a decent hit. And that really adds up if you stay in there for too long, especially if you can get an entire team standing in there. You can just melt the entire team. Chicago not in a great spot right now. Does get himself a shield. Big LA blast, but going behind the pillar with the Sentinel and able to catch you. You just cannot stay there. You get zoned out. That's a pretty big advantage for Hunter, dude. Trinket to follow. Flex charging in is going to get a body shot into Chicago. You have to get just stunned. But he's looking to get himself whatever healing he can. I don't know what you can do in this situation. And that's just going to be kill command at the end. That is a rough one to be in, man. Survival. If they can trap you in place, it is just a lot of damage. And he's constantly getting this re-up on the shield. As long as he just continues to hit you. And get this... What is this set? Oh, that's a good set, dude. It's so old. It's so jank. It's so like 2 polygons that they were just able to rub together to make that set. But it's a classic. It's a classic. You just look like a human bunker. Scatter immediately onto DJ Flex's spots him from camo. Rapid fires to get himself a good position around the pillar. Into a quick binding shot. Got himself, I think, a black area, if not an instant wailing shot. I don't think it was wailing arrow, was it? Rapid fire, forcing DJ Flex to go on a turtle. Try to go for a heal, but looks like the black arrow is still doing damage through the turtle either way. So that's unfortunate. As Durasa got himself aim shots, just literally pelting down Gijo Flex's pet. That's all he can do with that art. Now, he's got Char Trap, so maybe he can use it to get around Durasa. Freezing Trap as he goes in for disengage. but he still goes flying. And DJ Flex actually having to go for a revive pet. His pet is down for the count. Does go for the stun. That's going to be a knockback trap. Just going to knock him against the wall. Dursa able to escape the Lunastorm. Big kill shots off of the rapid fire too. Not feeling great. Flex might just go down, and Dursa getting knocked, but it doesn't matter. He's already got the guy in his sights and got him very, very low. Diabolical. Oh, you're a night elf now. Interesting. I like the look. He's got the blue set. Hold on. Chat, what season is that? Because that's the elite set for the season, isn't it? Or is that the one you could get on the bog? One of those two. I never see the blue one. Like the blue variation of those shoulders in particular. That's got to be a unique set from one of the seasons, right? Or am I getting them confused with another set? Hold on a second. Chicago got Detroited? What is that? Lucky with a statement of the day, dude. What is that? Knock a diabolical right into a binding shot? Now that is diabolical. As he got himself full hunt, he's playing not the Hellcaller, he's playing the proper Soul Harvest. He got himself the Shadow Bolts, full burst, and that's a massive burst on Dursa. Oh my god. That is a lot of burst damage. That was incredible. That actually looks like so much fun. Now I want to play my Warlock. I want to go around doing that. That was a lot of fun to do back in the beta, but man, DJ Flex and DJ SB survival hunters galore, man, are just absolutely melting people. Yeah, Sentinel Hunter definitely has quite a bit of potential. Holding people down into that Sentinel Lunastorm ability, kind of rough. But once you get in there, it is a lot of damage and a lot of shields for you, man. Brother, ew. exactly. Brother, ew. Oh man. Alrighty, boys. I think we're done for the night. I think we're gonna call it here. I gotta get something to eat at some point, man. You know what I mean? Man. Yo, thank you guys. We're going to be doing more of these next week. We start them out at 4 p.m. or so. So you guys are more than welcome to join in super early. These are a ton of fun. I want to keep doing these, dude. I feel like today, and they really like, we're back, baby. A lot of rogues, a lot of pharaohs, but also like the differences of like what classes we see on EU and NA. And these have been awesome, man. They've been awesome, man. But yeah, we're going to be doing more next week. Chicago, chills, all your homies, I'm more than welcome to join us. We do this Friday on EU, Saturday on NA, and I post it in Discord every time we stream. I see you back. It's fantastic seeing Chicago back, man. It's fantastic. Also, some of the changes and enhancements are getting in like 20th anniversary update. I think you're gonna love them. Enhanced reworks, dude. Exactly. That's how I feel about the rogue reworks, man. Those look so good. But yeah, enhancement. Those. I like how. Wait. Okay, hold on. There's a lot of good stuff they're doing for enhance, but I like how they pushed up that Ghost Wolf thing with the slower Ghost Wolf. Witch bones, whatever, wolf bones, witch bones. I like how they push the nerf before any of those good buffs. Like, are you kidding me, Blizzard? If you're gonna push that nerf, at least take one of the cooldowns and bring him in now. Or like the tuning changes or something. Like totemic changes look so good. You know what I mean? Like, out of all the things you could have brought over, you brought over like the nerf. It was like, dude, what are you doing? And with rogues, at least they brought up a buff with Trickster to make it playable. For a good reason, I think. Yeah, I guess enhancement in Sims. I think they probably saw that enhancement was like, yo, this thing is out of control. We gotta figure out an answer. They figured out an answer, what they want to do for them in the next update, but we're like, they're probably like, look, we have our own Sims, and they're not accurate always, but look at the top. And that's not even the gamble build. That's just the consistent build. That's not the gamble build either. That's not even the Gamba build. That is literally the consistent build that's up there. The consistent, and that's what they brought it in. But still, look at the variance. Even the consistent build, look how high it can go. Like at the high end, it can go up to, what's the maximum? 2 million DPS. What? Like rogues have that, but like we got Roll the Bones, there's going to be variance there all the time, right? There's always going to be a bit of that variance. I'm so surprised they didn't do anything for subtlety or assassin, by the way, because look how far they are. Like literally 100k DPS more. Like, I think they're promoting Ascendance with Primordial Wave gameplay. Yeah, no, they're doing some cool stuff with Ascendance. I'm very excited for that. I'm going to be taking a look at it and probably do a whole video on it separately. I wish that translated into PvP. Dude, same. Same, because Out is up there in the top 5. Same, honestly. But yeah, no, there's no shot Out is playing Keep It Rolling, though. We're not playing that gambling dice build. It's Ambush. But Ambush build is not that far behind either, though. We're really not that far behind at all. But yeah. But honestly, if you can... all they would have to do is let players, they would have to change versatility to remove that defensive component of versatility in PvP content, and then give us like resilience on all gear and let us stack haste, mastery, whatever, and just let us get like resilience, right? Or like PvP defense, right? PvP defense on every stat, so you can stack versa, but it does no defense. It just gives you offense in PvP. They could do maybe like that, right? Versatility has defensive value right now, but I wonder if they change versatility so it doesn't have defensive value, but only offensive value. I wonder how that will work, you know? It's just like a raw damage increase, but I don't know. I don't think they would do that in this expansion. Maybe like in a season 2.5 build, they could do a big rework like that, but yeah, if they could let you guys run mastery and haste while giving you like some kind of like a versus defense. I know it does right now, but I'm saying, what if they reward into like, because like if let's say like they reward PvP gear to give like resilience again, so you take less damage from other players, right? So instead of having versatility do that, they had resilience do that, and shamans could stack mastery and haste to get a lot of that damage, and PvP gear would just give them protection from other players. Or maybe like PvP gear maybe gives you like take 1% less damage from other players, or whatever number they want to, right? And the better quality gear and a full set of PvP gear gives you like a big number. I might actually just run Haste Master for PvP. Yeah, you would. At that point, you would. Or I mean, you're saying right now. You mean for this season? You could. It's just the defense. Yeah, it would just kind of be like a glass cannon. But the damage you could do would be nuts. You would do a lot of damage. But you would also be hitting players that are taking less damage from you. No, they'll still take a lot of damage from you. Max verse feel the same as no verse, so just might as well. Yeah, I guess so. Last season at least. I feel that. I feel that. That might be interesting. I wonder if we'll see some players doing that in the future. So good in Pandaria for World PvP against the core raiders. Yeah. Yeah, for Pandaria. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm wondering, I'm shopping the idea, like, could they potentially bring it back? Resilience for Atlas kicks back, baby. Wrath, Kata, Mop. I think they had resilience back in WoD too, and they didn't really start doing. And then they had no PvP gear resilience for Legion because they had scaling for PvP, and they gave like out the Rogue Mastery and some other classes with like the worst stats possible. So they're like, oh, we'll optimize the stats for you guys, and it's like, okay, well, what stat do I get? I need a lot of crit and versatility and haste. You get a lot of mastery and the very little versa, and just some haste, lots of crit. It's like, dude, this is the worst stat breakdown. What is this? And that was the worst part about Legion, is the fact that you couldn't control your stats. They were just like, here's your crappy stats. And just about every class got bad stats too, except a handful of them got really, really good ones. But yeah, that's what I let that expect. Yeah, the gearing was not satisfying. Like, it was just, you geared for item level, but you basically just did raids and dungeons, and you would just queue for PvP. I guess that was nice from that perspective, but PvP had no gear progression, and that wasn't fun. But I'm just wondering, like, could they ever bring resilience back? And if they did, they'll have to change versatility so it no longer gives you defense as a stat. You know what I mean? Probably. Shopping the idea. But yo, thank you all, you guys. Wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I got a bunch of projects to work on between today, tomorrow, and the next day. So thank you all. You guys are wonderful. We're going to be doing more of these duels next week. You guys are more than welcome to join. We do them every single weekend. Friday for EU and Saturday for the NA boys. If you guys want to find out like when we're doing the streams, I usually announce them over on our Discord channel if you guys are not part of it. I do at everybody's, which is some people are kind of whatever, some people don't want to, you know, so everybody has like their own like preference on it, but most channels seem to do that when it's like a streamer YouTube channel or whatever. But yeah, I just put alerts, right? But yeah, weekends, Friday we got EU, Saturday and 8, we're doing by the same time every time. You guys are welcome to join. Super fun hanging out with all of you. I'll see you guys hopefully next week. Also, we got more class buffs next week. There's some good stuff. There's the Demon Hunter buffs. Druid getting more bleed but less bite damage, so hopefully that'll like make him a little bit more manageable. But those blades hurt already. Rogues, they're nerfing subtlety. I don't really know. They're doing some stuff for priests, like making disc less good and holy a little bit better. So this seems to be very, very popular right now. So they're trying to like control that a bit, control the flow. And we got like 20th anniversary. Whenever that's coming out, we don't have a release date for it yet. I imagine like in a month, a couple of weeks from now, but it should be soon. Should be very, very soon. But yo, thank you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I'm bad at ending these, so I'm just gonna go. All right, boys, have a good one. I'll see you guys either Monday or Tuesday, one of those two. Sunday is definitely a day off for me. Alrighty, peace.